stop the event. Starting streaming now.
And a pleasant good afternoon, everybody, and welcome to San Francisco Giants baseball via the World Wide Web. I'm Doug Greenwald, coming to you live today. We're at Hohokam Park here in Mesa, Arizona, the visiting San Francisco Giants and the Chicago Cubs. First meeting this spring between the Giants and the Cubs, who will also get together in Scottsdale coming up right towards the end of spring training on March 26th. In fact, that will be a night game. Of course, Giants and Cubs will see each other during the regular season in a couple of series. But the Giants and Cubs meeting here today, another beautiful day for baseball here in Mesa. Giants come in 9-12. The Cubs enter today's action at 10 wins and 11 losses. The Giants getting a win yesterday. The Giants had, prior to yesterday's win against Milwaukee, had dropped 4 straight games and needed some magic yesterday. A 2-run inside the park home run by third baseman Ryan Rollinger. And then in the bottom of the ninth, it was Jesus Guzman who hit a shot over that 35-foot batter's eye in straightaway center field in the bottom of the ninth to beat the Brewers. So today we'll see the Cubs and this afternoon's pitching matchup. Tim Lincecum will get the ball. As most of you know, Lincecum had to miss his start on Monday because of bronchitis. The Giants, of course, held him out yesterday, so he'll go today against the Cubs. Meanwhile, Ryan Dempster, veteran right-hander, gets the ball for Chicago. So as I have said throughout this week, and I'll say it again, it is Chicago week here at, with the Giants. We're going to see a lot of Chicago action. The Cubs today, and then Thursday and Friday it'll be the Giants and White Sox on each of those days. Tomorrow the White Sox in Scottsdale, and then we'll turn around and see the White Sox in Glendale come Friday. All those games will be heard on sfgiants.com, and then KMBR comes back for the weekend. Now the Giants and Padres will play each other a 3:10 first pitch from Scottsdale on Saturday the 21st. KMBR will have that. The Giants and A's will meet in the split squad in Phoenix on Saturday. No radio or internet coverage for that game. And then the Giants over in Maryvale on Sunday to see the Milwaukee Brewers. We'll give you the starting lineups in a moment, but I want to remind all of you Giants fans, if you're looking for the best deal on tickets, then check out the new Giants 6-packs. These 6-packs not only guarantee you tickets to some of the season's hottest games, they also save you money over regular Giants tickets. Simply visit sfgiants.com for exclusive 6-pack offers available for a limited time. We will be back with the starting lineups in a moment.
Nothing big about that. And that's the sound of it happening if you watch from the lower deck. That's me, Aaron Rose, diving for a catch. And that's me trying to get the grass stains off my uniform. Hey, the 09 season is almost here. So get your tickets now for all the sights and sounds of Giants baseball. Like the sounds of Fred Lewis rounding first. Lewis rounding second. Lewis turning a double into a triple. Yeah, don't forget the garlic fries.
Tickets to all the games you want to see are available right now, so get them before they're gone. Call 877-4SFG-TIX or visit sfgiants.com to get your tickets today. That's 877-4SFG-TIX or sfgiants.com. We're your San Francisco Giants. Let's play.
And welcome back to Hohokam Park. Doug Greenwald with you on sfgiants.com. Giants and Cubs set for action here this afternoon. Now it's time to take a look at the starting lineups first for the visiting San Francisco Giants, as announced by third-year manager Bruce Bochy. And it's pretty much the A lineup today for the Giants, most of whom you will see throughout whether it be opening day or the season. Randy Wen leads it off. He plays right field. Edgar Renneria bats second, and he is at shortstop. Playing left field and hitting third is Fred Lewis. In the cleanup spot doing the catching, Benji Molina. Pablo Sandoval bats fifth. He plays third base. Travis Ishikawa hits sixth at first base. The center fielder hitting eighth, Aaron Rowan. Batting eighth and playing second base, Emmanuel Burris. Tim Lincecum on the hill today for the Giants, and he bats ninth. So again, for Bruce Bochy and the San Francisco Giants again coming into today at 9 and 12. Randy Wynn, Edgar Renneria, Fred Lewis, Benji Molina, Pablo Sandoval, Travis Ishikawa, Aaron Rowan, Emmanuel Burris, and Tim Lincecum on the mound. Now a look at the 10 and 11 Chicago Cubs as announced by their third-year manager Lou Piniella. Alfonso Soriano will lead it off. He's in left field. Brian Terrio bats second at shortstop. Third baseman is Aramis Ramirez, and he bats third. The cleanup batter is the first baseman, Micah Hoffpower. In the fifth spot, playing second base, Mike Fontenot. So Taguchi plays right field, and he is in the sixth slot. Veteran catcher Paul Bacco bats seventh. He does the catching. The speedster Joey Gathright hits eighth. He's in center field, and the veteran right-hander Ryan Dempster is on the hill. So it's Alfonso Soriano, Ryan Terrio, Aramis Ramirez, Micah Hoffpower, Mike Fontenot, So Taguchi, Paul Bacco, Joey Gathright, and Ryan Dempster on the hill for the Chicago Cubs. Cubs are taking the field right now. Again, a beautiful day here at Hohokam Park, or Wrigley Field West. But obviously, this is one of the more popular spring training venues here at Hohokam, and pretty much anywhere the Cubs are, there is a rather large following. Again, I want to remind all of you Giants fans, if you have a group of 25 or more, bring them out to the yard for a ball game and experience why the Giants are the best group outing in the Bay. Group outings are perfect for friends, companies, or entertaining clients. Better reserve your seats today. Call 415-972-2298 or visit sfgiants.com. Again, that's 415-972-2298. Look at the Cubs defensively from left to right. Alfonso Soriano, Joey Gathright in center, So Taguchi in right, Aramis Ramirez at third, Ryan Terrio at short, So Taguchi, Mike Fontenot at second base, and Micah Hoffpower at first. Paul Bacco is the catcher, and Ryan Dempster is on the hill. Again, the first of two meetings this spring, the Cubs and Giants again March 26th. They'll get together for a night game at Scottsdale Stadium. So here we go from Mesa, and Randy Wynn to get it started, facing Ryan Dempster. 1 win and 2 losses this spring, and obviously a man that's going to be counted on to be a big part of the rotation with the likes of Carlos Zambrano, Ted Lilly, and Rich Harden, Aaron Heilman, and Sean Marshall. But Dempster, 17-6 last year, a man who has been both the closer and a starter with the Cubs, now into his 6th year as a member of the Cubbies. So here we go from Mesa, and Dempster out of the windup, high leg kick, the first pitch of the game to Randy Wynn, up and away, ball 1. 1 ball, no strikes, and we are underway from Hohokam Park. Wynn ahead at a ball and no strikes. 135 average for Wynn, 2 RBIs. Dempster deals, and Wynn bunts one foul at the plate. And the count is at 1 ball and 1 strike to Randy Wynn, who grounded out yesterday to first base all 3 of his at-bats. A couple of 3 unassisteds and 1 3-1 putout. Outfield plays 1 around to the left. Third baseman Ramirez on the lip of the grass. Dempster again comes back, and Wynn swings and rips this one towards short and off the top of the glove with a diving shortstop Terrio, and on the shallow center field. A base hit for Randy Wynn to open the ball game. A good start for the Giants this afternoon, and here is the shortstop, Edgar Renteria. Ryan Dempster, native of British Columbia, 31 years old. He'll be 32 in early May. Now lives in Denver. Originally came to the big leagues with the Marlins back in 1998. He's also been with the Reds and now, of course, the Cubs, where he was 17-6 last year with an ERA at 2.96 and 33 appearances, all as a starter. So now he faces Renneria. Wind goes. Renneria swings and pops this one up into shallow right. Hustling in is Taguchi with the shades down, still coming in. And so Taguchi in shallow right makes the catch, and that is the first out this afternoon. One down. Wynn remains at first. Here's Fred Lewis. Giants are managed by the Giants' third base coach is Tim Flannery. And over at first base, Roberto Kelly. Flannery in his third year is the Giants' third base coach. Roberto Kelly, after managing a couple of years in the Giants system, now at the big league levels, the first base coach for his second season. So now Lewis stands in 1 for 3, and Dempster delivers, and Fred takes high, ball one, a ball, no strikes. So Lewis starting back-to-back games for the first time this spring, still trying to get his foot healthy. 306 with a homer and 6 runs batted in. And Randy Wynn, the runner at first base, good speed, being held on by Hoffpower. Outfield around to the left, and Dempster from the belt delivers, and Lewis swings and misses at a curve. Strike 2. And the count is at 1 ball and 2 strikes. Sun-filled afternoon here at Hohokam Park. Say no longer than a 20-minute drive over from Scottsdale Stadium. 1 ball, 1 strike. Dempster from the middle of the rubber. Again, kicks and deals, and Lewis takes outside ball 2. 2 balls and a strike. And over here in Mesa, it's the street you take, McKellips Road, that feeds into Highway 202, and then you'll see the exit signs for the ballpark, and real easy to find once you get into Mesa. There are stadium signs everywhere. 2-1 to Lewis, fastball outside from Dempster, ball 3. And the count is now at 3 balls and a strike. Hohokam Park, 31st year the Cubs have had spring training here. Capacity 13,100. Third baseman Ramirez back of the bag, well off the line. There goes Wynn, and Lewis takes up and away, and that is ball 4. So Lewis draws a walk. Wynn moves up to second, and the Giants now first and second with nobody out. And here is the catcher, Benji Molina. Giants nothing. Cubs yet to bat. Feel free to join us. We're online. Giants Webcasts at AOL.com. Again, Giants Webcasts, plural on both, at AOL.com. You can email us or instant message us. So now here's Molina at 303 with a homer and 7 RBIs for the spring. Wynn at second, Lewis at first, good speed, and Dempster's pitch poked towards second, could be 2. Grabbed by Fontenot, goes Oterio at second for 1, and on the Hoffpower at first, an easy double play, which goes 4-6 to 3. And that's all for the Giants in the first. No runs, a hit, and a man left after half an inning from Mesa. Giants nothing, Cubs coming up on SFGiants.com.
Sound of something big about to happen. And that's the sound of it happening as you watch from the lower deck. That's me, Aaron Rowan, diving for a catch. And that's me trying to get the grass stains off my uniform. Hey, the 09 season's almost here, so get your tickets now for all the sights and sounds of Giants baseball. Like the sounds of Fred Lewis rounding first. Lewis rounding second. Lewis turning a double into a triple. fries. Don't forget the garlic fries.
Tickets to all the games you want to see are available right now, so get them before they're gone. Call 877-4SFG-TIX or visit sfgiants.com to get your tickets today. That's 877-4SFG-TIX or sfgiants.com. We're your San Francisco Giants. Let's play.
On the mound this afternoon for the San Francisco Giants, right-hander Tim Lincecum. We go to the bottom of the first. Giants nothing, and the Cubs coming up. Lincecum making his 5th appearance of the spring. 7 total innings, has not allowed a run. Has allowed just a hit, a walk, and he has 6 strikeouts. So now delivers the first pitch to Alfonso Soriano, and that's driven deep to left field, way back, and well out of here. No doubt about that one for Alfonso Soriano, who hits his 3rd homer of the spring. 1-0 Cubs, his 5th RBI. Now well out to left field. It's 340 down the line here at Hohokam. 390 to left center. And he hit it onto the grassy berm at left. Here is Terrio, and he looks up and in from Lincecum. A ball, no strikes. So again, 340 to left, 390 to the gaps. 410 to straightaway center, 350 to right field. Lincecum comes back, and Terrio takes inside ball 2. 2 balls, no strikes. So Lincecum, the first home run, first run of any kind he's allowed this spring. Terrio pop-up foul right side. And the count is at 2-1. Lincecum allowed 11 home runs last year. That Cy Young Award winning year where he was 18-5 with an ERA at 2.62. The 2-1 to Terrio. High ball 3 from Lincecum. And the count is at 3 balls and a strike. Lincecum last year 2-0 against the Cubs. Overall in his career, Lincecum 2-1 against Chicago. 3-1 to Terrio, and that's high ball 4. 5-pitch walk to Ryan Terrio, and Lincecum, who coming into today had allowed just 1 walk in his Cactus League starts. Now, last week, he faced the Japanese team, and he walked 3 in that game, although those stats don't officially count. So I'm only going by the stats he has made, or the stats he has compiled in a game against Major League teams in the Cactus League. Now here's Aramis Ramirez. There goes Terrio. Ramirez takes side throw to second, not nearly in time, and Terrio steals that base easily. So taken on 1 hop right in front of the bag by the second baseman, Burris. And Terrio, who last year stole 22 bases and had 28 the year before, swipes the bag here. Count to Ramirez is at 1-0, and Lincecum down 1-0 in the bottom of the first, comes back and a curve, runs inside. Ball 1, and the count is at 1 ball and no strikes. And the Cubs' third-year manager, Lou Piniella. Third base coach for them is Mike Quaddy, and over at first base coaching there, Matt Sinatro. Lincecum deals, and Ramirez a pop-up foul right side, strike 1. And the count is at 1 ball and 1 strike. Now that's the scouting report on Lincecum. If you're going to try and beat Tim Lincecum, you need to jump on him early. And I talked to a scout before the game and asked him that very question: what is the best way to beat or approach Tim Lincecum? The 1-1 on the way to Ramirez floats high ball 2. 2-1. Cubs 1, Giants nothing. Bottom of the first. And the scout has had a perplexed look. And he delayed his answer, and he says, you know what, I don't know the best way to beat Tim Lincecum. He says, probably just jump on the fastball as fast as you can. Lincecum delivers, and that's a fastball for a strike on the inside corner. 3-2 to Ramirez. Don't let Lincecum get ahead of you. That's really the best approach, and Alfonso Soriano took care of that. A first pitch home run against Lincecum in the bottom of the first inning. Cubs 1, Giants nothing. And the 3-2 upcoming to Ramirez, and he swings and a grounder foul, a 1-hopper, more than a grounder, into the Giants' third base dugout. And the count is at 3 balls and 2 strikes. Ramirez, 321 for the spring, 2 homers, 5 runs batted in. It looks to be a pretty packed house here this afternoon at Hohokam Park. Lincecum comes back, and Ramirez reaches for this one, pops it up foul right side. 3-2. And regardless of the opponent, Hohokam generally is packed. Cubs worldwide fans. And these two teams, if there's ever a such thing as a spring training rivalry, these two would define that. 3-2 here, and that is a curve that bounces low outside. Ball 4, good stop by Molina. So Lincecum struggling in the early going. A home run to Soriano. Back-to-back walks to Terrio and Ramirez. And now here's a guy that's having a pretty good spring, and that's Michael Hoffpower. Left-handed batter. Hoffpower, 288. He has 3 home runs, and he has 13 runs batted in. Hoffpower, in terms of RBI, second most amongst major leaguers this spring. Only Ryan Howard of the Phillies has more. There goes Terrio to third. Pitch taken high outside. Throw to third, and Terrio's out with a dive. Good throw from Molina to the third baseman Sandoval, and Terrio is out. Well, Ryan Terrio caught stealing for the second time this spring. Holding at first base is Ramirez, so 2-5 on the caught stealing, and that's the first out here in the bottom of the first. Cubs 1, Giants nothing. Well, Hoffpower with the 13 RBIs by far and away more than any other Cub this spring, and good chance that makes the team. He'll back up Derek Lee. A curve swung on a missed strike one, and the count is at 1 ball and 1 strike. And Derek Lee not having a great spring. Lee hitting 179 for the month, just 5 for his first 28, and Lee without a home run. But Hoffpower has been up the last couple of years here and there with Chicago. Power hitting first baseman. Left-handed batter. Small lead at first base by Ramirez, and the pitch to Hoffpower low inside, and that ball has to skip to the backstop. And up to second easily is Ramirez. And what more than likely will be considered a wild pitch. And the count to Hoffpower is at 2 balls and a strike. Cubs 1, Giants nothing. Bottom of the first inning. Hoffpower guy, it took him a while to get to the big leagues. And I said he'd been up the last couple of years. Actually, last year was his rookie year in the big leagues. It's his 7th year in pro ball. It took him to make the big club. Did have a couple of home runs. Swings here and drives one in the air foul left side. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Hoffpower many years bouncing between AAA Iowa and AA West 10, which is short for West Tennessee. Hoffpower just celebrated his 29th birthday. But last year, as he fouls one to the backstop, count holds it 2-2. Last year had a 5-for-5 game against the Mets, and in that game had 2 home runs. So the 2 home runs he hit last year were both in that one game. And in fact, his first career home run was against the Mets' Pedro Martinez. 5-for-5 with 5 RBIs. Not many rookies can claim that. Hoffpower here swings and a drive pretty well struck. Right center field. Rowan going back. And this ball's at the base of the wall. It caroms back onto the grass in center. Ramirez will score. Hoffpower on his way to third. And he'll make it easily with a slide. 2-0 Cubs. Hoffpower driving it toward the right center field gap. Nothing much Aaron Rowan could do. Ball landing off the base of the wall, caroming back toward the grass in deep center. I'll give Hoffpower his now 14th run batted in for the spring. And now the Giants will bring the infield in. Here's Fontenot, and Lincecum misses outside. Ball 1. 1 ball, no strikes. Hoffpower did not have a triple at the big league level last year. And this spring, that is his first 3-base hit. 1 ball, no strike pitch, and Fontenot swings and misses at a changeup there from Lincecum. Strike 1. 1 ball, 1 strike. 381 for Fontenot. 3 homers, 9 runs batted in. Expected to be the everyday second baseman for the Cubs, who also went out to get Aaron Miles this past offseason. The 1-1 hit past the mound and up the middle and into center field, a base hit. And a score from third standing up is Hoffpauer. Fontenot his 10th RBI. And it's now 3-0 Cubs. And now here is So Taguchi, a non-roster invitee by the Cubs. Playing in right field this afternoon. Taguchi getting a lot of playing time again with Kosuke Fukudome not here due to the World Baseball Classic. Milton Bradley not in the lineup tonight or today. Bradley played in 7 games. He's suffering from a touch of the flu. So Taguchi getting a shot to try and make the club. 240, no homers and 8 runs batted in for the former Cardinal and Philly. And so Taguchi swinging a grounder to second, could be 2. Burris to Rennery at second for 1, and on Ishikawa at first on in time, and Taguchi beats it out. 4-6 on the play at first base. 2 down. Cubs 3, Giants nothing. And now here is the catcher, Paul Bacco. And again, Bacco been in 8 games this year, and the Cubs without their everyday catcher, Giovanni Soto. Although he'll be back soon since Puerto Rico was eliminated, but he's been with the World Baseball Classic. Bacco an even 200 for the month. And he takes a strike on the outside corner. No balls and a strike. First year, or actually a return to the Cubs for Bacco, who was with them in 03 and 04, but first year back for the journeyman catcher. Grew up in Lafayette, Louisiana. Outfield around to the left, throw to first base, and back safely with a dive is Taguchi. Bacco expected to back up Soto. Coy Hill also fighting for a spot on the Cubs. The 0-1 on the way, and Bacco a pop-up foul left side, strike 2. And the count is a no balls and 2 strikes. Facing the reigning Cy Young Award winner from a year ago, and Tim Lincecum. Stands 5'11", 170 pounds, grew up in the Seattle area. And most of you know the Giants drafting him in the first round of 2006 out of the University of Washington. Throw to first base. Back safely standing up is Taguchi. Cubs 3, Giants nothing. Bottom of the first inning. Cubs a 12-3 win yesterday over in Glendale against the Dodgers. They had 13,000 for that game yesterday. Fastball up and in to Bacco. Ball 1, 1-2. The Cubs haven't played here since Saturday when they lost to the Angels. Both these teams recently played Team Japan. Again, that was Lincecum's last start. Infield swung around to the right for Bacco. Lead at first base by Taguchi, and the pitch to Bacco tap foul to the backstop. And the count is a no balls and 2 strikes. Have an email from Eric listening in San Francisco asking if Tim Lincecum has ever given up a home run on the first pitch. I'm not sure. I'm going to say no to that. And I assume that Eric means first pitch of the ball game, or the first pitch of Lincecum's portion of the game. The 1-2 on the way to Bacco, curve low. Ball 2, and the count is at 2 balls and 2 strikes. Cubs and Giants will meet twice here in Scottsdale, twice here in Arizona. Now the final homestand of the season for the Giants will involve the Cubs. Pitch on the way to Bacco, big curve there, swung on a miss, strike 3, and he is out. So Lincecum gets out of the first inning, but allows 3 runs on 3 hits, no errors, and a man left. We go to the second from Hohokam. Cubs 3 and the Giants nothing on sfgiants.com.
That's me, Aaron Rohn, diving for a catch. And that's me trying to get the grass stains off my uniform. Hey, the 09 season's almost here, so get your tickets now for all the sights and sounds of Giants baseball. Like the sounds of Fred Lewis rounding first, Lewis rounding second, and Lewis turning a double into a triple. Yeah, don't forget the garlic fries.
Tickets to all the games you want to see are available right now, so get them before they're gone. Call 877-4SFG-TICKS or visit sfgiants.com to get your tickets today. That's 877-4SFG-TICKS or sfgiants.com. We're your San Francisco Giants. Let's play.
On we go to the top of the second this afternoon from Hohokam Park. Cubs 3, Giants nothing. And again, I want to remind all of you, Giant fans, become a season ticket holder. The Giants have a great bargain for you. Join the Giants community during today's game and get a $50 gift card. Now, what do you have to do? That's right, become a season ticket holder today. Season tickets start for as little as $672. So for under $10 a game and 4 easy payments year in, call 415-972-2298 right now and speak to a Giants representative. So, 3-0 Cubbies. And Pablo Sandoval to get it started. Sandoval, Ishikawa, and Rowan. 5-6-7 to face Ryan Dempster, whose first pitch to Sandoval, and that's popped up foul left side, strike one. The count is a no balls and a strike. Sandoval 447 for the spring. Yes, he's having an outstanding spring. 2 homers and 6 runs batted in, and got a question about that. The 0-1 on the way from Sandoval, breaking ball high, ball one. 1 ball, 1 strike. John and Chino asking if I think this will be the Giants' opening day lineup. And I'm going to say 99% yes. Fastball, strike 2 on the inside corner, 1 and 2. Now, at second base, and John also pointed this out in his email, it could be Kevin Franzen for Burris, but either way, we'll likely see one of those two patrolling second. The 1-2 to Sandoval, curve, high chopper, past the mound, back a second, but to his left, Terrio. And his sort of half power at first gets Sandoval 1 down here in the top of the second inning. Cubs 3, Giants nothing. And here is the first baseman, Travis Ishikawa. Now, when you look at Wynn, Renneria, Lewis, Molina, Sandoval, and Ishikawa certainly given every chance to earn the first base spot, along with Rowan in center and Lincecum on the hill. I'd say, John, that's a pretty good guess that we're going to see that group come opening day at AT&T. So here is Ishikawa, and Travis takes a curve from Ryan Dempster for a strike on the inside corner. And the count is at no balls and a strike. Outfield plays Ishikawa well around to the right, big hole in left center. Third baseman Ramirez back of the bag, well off the line, and Travis takes high for a ball. 1 ball, 1 strike with Aaron Rowan waiting on deck. Dempster last worked 8 days ago at Peoria against the Mariners. 8-1 Cubs win that afternoon. He went 3 shutout innings, gave up 2 hits. Backs Ishikawa off the plate with a low and inside fastball, ball 2. 2 balls and a strike, and the Dempster strikeout 2. And former closer of the Cubs in Dempster, the 2-1 pitch, and that is a strike called on the outside corner. And the count is at 2 balls and 2 strikes. And this year, of course, no Kerry Wood, and Carlos Marmol expected to be the closer for the Cubs. 2-2 on the way, curve outside, ball 3, 3-2. Kevin Gregg, who had been the closer of the Marlins, he's now with the Cubs, and he's expected to be in a setup role. Should be pretty good heat coming out of that Cubs bullpen. Jeff Smarja expect to be part of that group. 3-2 on the way, and Ishikawa looks at strike 3, a pitch at the belt. Like Dempster took something off of that, and Ishikawa is out. First strikeout for Dempster, 2 away. Top of the second, Cubs 3, Giants nothing. And here is the center fielder, Aaron Rowan. Mike Everett calls balls and strikes, and the umpires on the bases who rotate during spring training games. Veteran crew, Ed Montague, Darrell Cousins, and Jerry Davis. Here is Rowan. He swings, lines this one to center, and that will hang up for the center fielder Gathright, moving to his left to make the catch. So Rowan is out, as are the Giants in the second, who go 1-2-3, and after an inning and a half, it remains Cubs 3 and the Giants nothing. You're listening to the Cactus League on sfgiants.com.
That's the sound of something big about to happen. And that's the sound of it happening as you watch from the lower deck. That's me, Aaron Rowan, diving for a catch. And that's me trying to get the grass stains off my uniform. Hey, the 09 season's almost here, so get your tickets now for all the sights and sounds of Giants baseball. Like the sounds of Fred Lewis rounding first, Lewis rounding second, and Lewis turning a double into a triple. Yeah, don't forget the garlic fries.
Tickets to all the games you want to see are available right now, so get them before they're gone. Call 877-4SFG-TIX or visit sfgiants.com to get your tickets today. That's 877-4SFG-TIX or sfgiants.com. We're your San Francisco Giants. Let's play.
On to the bottom of the second, and the Cubs a 3-0 lead over the Giants. Doug Greenwald with you on sfgiants.com, and Joey Gathright gets it started. After that, Ryan Dempster at the top of the order for Alfonso Soriano. Gathright signed by the Cubs as a member of the 40-man roster. Long time in the Royals and Rays systems, and the pitch to the left-handed bat, and Gathright up and away, ball one, and the count is at 1 ball and no strikes. Lincecum, a rocky first inning, gave up a first pitch home run to Alfonso Soriano. Deals here to Gathright, and Joey takes up and away for a ball. And the count is now at 2 balls and no strikes to Gathright, first year with the Cubs. Third baseman Sandoval in on the grass, and Gathright is swinging a foul ball over the screen toward the press box. 2 balls and a strike to count to Gathright, a guy that has outstanding speed. 21 steals last year with the Royals. Big league time with the Devil Rays and Royals. The 2-1 is inside ball 3. 3 balls and a strike. Gathright, he's been clocked at 3.3 seconds to go from home to first on a bunt. His 3-1, and he takes high, ball 4, so he could see some of that speed here. Now that is the third walk issued by Lincecum, who walked 3 in that game against Japan in his last outing. Again, Lincecum against the Japanese team, 3 walks in 2 1/3 innings, giving up a hit with 5 strikeouts. In that first inning, Lincecum surrendered 3 hits. Prior to today, had given up just 2 hits in his 4 outings. So now Dempster in a bunt situation. Sandoval ready to charge from third. Ishikawa from first, and the bunt is placed foul up along the first base line. No balls and a strike. Cubs 3, Giants nothing. Bottom of the second inning. The only hits prior to today allowed by Lincecum this spring, Cleveland's Johnny Peralta. That was Lincecum's first spring start. And Japan's Hiroki Nakajima. Again, Dempster, right-handed batter. Again, Sandoval ready to charge. Outfield shallow around to the right. Middle infield looking to turn 2. Dempster pulls the bat back after a showing bunt, and he takes strike 2 on the outside corner. And the count is at no balls and 2 strikes. Dempster an 0.91 lifetime average, 34 for 375. Did have 19 sacrifice bunts last year, which led the National League. Outfield again around to the right for Dempster. Lead at first base by Gathright. Ishikawa holds him on, and Dempster bunts through the pitch for strike 3, and he is out. second strikeout for Lincecum. And that out number one here in the bottom of the second. And now for the second time this afternoon, the Cubs will go to the top of the order for Alfonso Soriano. Cubs 3, Giants nothing. Soriano, first pitch home run. In the bottom of the first, 49 lifetime leadoff homers for Soriano. That's the third most in Major League history. Ricky Henderson with 81, Craig Biggio 53. 2 years ago, Soriano had 12 leadoff homers. As Lincecum's pitch is outside, snap throw to first from the catcher Molina, but back safely with a dive is Gathright. Throw taken by the first baseman Ishikawa. Count is at 0-1. With the 12 leadoff homers 2 years ago for Soriano, Cubs single season record. Previous record was Rick Monday, who had 8 back in 1976. No ball, one strike pitch. Lincecum deals, and Soriano jammed with that one, fouls it to the backstop, strike two. And the count is at no balls and 2 strikes. So, mentioned the Giants for the most part. This will be their everyday lineup. The Cubs, of course, will have Giovanni Soto back. And then Fukudome, he'll be back from the World Baseball Classic. Although not quite yet, not as soon as Soto. As Soriano swings and lines this one on the ground, past the diving second baseman Burris on to the right field, a base hit, and Gathright will continue to third, easily standing up. Soriano now 2 for 2 this afternoon. 4 hits issued by Lincecum. Cubs 3, Giants nothing. Again, feel free to join us online. Giants Webcasts at AOL.com. You can email us or instant message us. So now, Terrio walked and stole the base in the first inning. Again, Gathright at third, Soriano at first. A lot of speed on the bases right now for the Cubs. And Lincecum from the first base side of the rubber. A turn and a look at third and a look at first, but no throw. Giants in their spring training jerseys this afternoon, the button-down black shirts. Giants spelled across the front in orange, gray pants, black shoes, black socks, the black cap and the orange bill. Cubs in their already regular season uniforms. The pitch to Terrio is a curve from Lincecum. Low ball one, and the count is at 1 ball and no strikes. Pinstriped blue uniforms, or blue pinstripes, I should say, with the white shirt and white pants. The Cubs logo, the blue circle with the word Cubs in red written across it. Blue shoes, blue socks. 1 ball, no strikes the count to Terrio, and Lincecum a throw to first base. And again, back safely with a dive is Soriano. Outfield medium depth, and again around to the right for Terrio. Soriano last season, 19 steals with the Cubs. Lincecum delivers, and Terrio takes a strike on the outside corner. 1 ball, 1 strike. Let Terrio be the everyday shortstop. Fontenot at second, Derek Lee at first. Again, Lee not in the lineup today. So you're getting about a half and half of the Cubs regulars for 2009. Big hole in left center for Terrio. LSU product and a curve, and that is low, ball 2. And the count is now at 2 balls and a strike. And with the Ramos Ramirez wetting on deck. Lincecum holding the ball in his bare right hand, again from the first base side of the rubber. And now again another turn and a look at third and a look at first, but once again no throw to either base. Terrio grew up in Baton Rouge and played at LSU, played in the College World Series back in 2000 as he takes high ball 3. 3-1. Terrio during that College World Series played against a man that he'd later become teammates with in Chicago, Mark Pryor, and broke up a no-hitter of Pryor when He was pitching at USC. 3-1. We'll see if Soriano goes. He does. Terrio takes a curve for a strike. Throw to second base is also a strike. And out with a dive is Soriano. Holding at third is Gaffright. Good throw from Molina. Second baseman and Burris taking the throw right on the second base side of the bag. And that is the second out. So 2-4 on the caught stealing. It's the second runner thrown out by Molina this afternoon. He caught Terrio trying to steal third in the first. Catches Soriano trying to steal second here in the second. And now the 3-2 pitch to Terrio. Poke toward third. To his left, Sandoval. Long throw across. Low throw, but in time to get Terrio. So Lincecum works around the walk and the single. No runs, one hit, one left. Through two from Hohokam. Cubs 3, Giants nothing on sfgiants.com.
Tickets today. That's 877-4SSG-TICKS or sfgiants.com. We're your San Francisco Giants. Let's play. Giants baseball. It's like the sounds of your buddies seeing their faces on the big screen.
Dodgers! Suck out! Defense!
Or the sound of your kids actually agreeing on something. Or maybe the sound of a cold one hitting a 21-ounce cup.
Yes.
And finally, that's the sound of you getting the seats you want to the games you want to see.
Cubs 3, Giants nothing. Moving to the top of the third, Emmanuel Burris leads it off, and he takes outside ball one, and the count is at a ball and no strikes. 3 runs, 4 hits, no errors for the Cubs, no runs hit, no errors for the Giants. Burris pokes a butt up along the third base line, and it's going to roll foul. And the count is at 1 ball and 1 strike. Now, Burris, just a couple of days ago against the Angels, hit with a pitch right above his ankle. And he said if it had been any lower, he might have been out for the year. Ball that was pitched by Shane Lukes of the LA Angels. And Burris came out of the game. The 1-1 on the way, and that's fouled the plate. Strike 2, and the count is at 1 ball and 2 strikes. And Giant skipper Bruce Bochy saying that Burris could have stayed in the game. If it had been a regular season game, they probably would have left him in there, but didn't want to take any chances in spring training. Outfield around to the left, and the pitch to Burris, and he takes low and in ball 2 from Dempster, 2-2. So Burris, 375, no homers. 3 runs batted in for the spring. On deck, Lincecum is on the top of the order for Wynn. The batter's 9-1-2. But that was pretty scary. Just above his left ankle. A 2-ball, 2-strike pitch, and he takes up and away ball 3, 3-2. So his left ankle, that's the ankle, I guess you could say, that is furthest back from the mound. The right ankle is the one more exposed for a left-handed batter. 3-2 pitch on the way, and Burris swings and pokes this one on in the left field, a base hit. To his right, the left fielder Soriano near the line to pick up the ball. And Burris has himself a base hit. Second hit for the Giants. Cubs 3, Giants nothing. Again, feel free to join us online. Giants Webcasts, plural on both. Giants Webcasts at AOL.com. So now Lincecum, his first at bat of the spring, shows bunt. Left-handed batter despite being a right-handed pitcher, and he takes high ball one, and the count is at 1 ball and no strikes with the third baseman Ramirez charging. Lincecum last year, 6 sacrifice bunts, has 15 career major league hits. Shows bunt this time, and he takes outside for a ball. And the count is at 2 balls and no strikes. Lincecum earned his first major league base hit against the Blue Jays a couple of years ago off Toronto hurler Dustin McGowan. 2 balls, no strikes the count. Again, Lincecum showing bunt and lets this pitch go by, and he takes a strike on the outside corner. And the count is at 2-1. On deck, the top of the order, and Randy Wynn. Cubs 3, Giants nothing. Outfield very shallow around to the left. Burris from first. Lincecum drops a bunt up along the dirt, first base or third base side, foul. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Well, the World Baseball Classic about set. Pretty dramatic game last night. American squad coming back to beat Puerto Rico. 2-run bloop single down the right field line in Miami last night by David Wright of the Mets. So tonight the USA will play Venezuela as Lincecum drops a bunt out in front of the mound, grabbed by Dempster in an easy overhand toss. The Hoffbauer at first gets Lincecum. Moving up to second is Burris, so the sacrifice is successful. It goes 1-3, and that's the first out here in the top of the third. Let me correct that. There was a 2-run single by Wright, but it capped a 3-run bottom of the ninth for the Americans. So tonight the USA will play Venezuela. So the Netherlands and Puerto Rico have been eliminated from Pool 2. And tonight's game is just to determine seeding for next week in L.A. Here's Randy Wynn, and he swings at a Dempster curve and misses strike one. 0-1 tonight in San Diego, Japan, and Cuba. Hard to believe that one of those two teams will be going home, but the loser goes home. And then the winner of that game will play Korea to determine the winner of that pool. So we know so far it'll be Korea, America, and Venezuela in the World Baseball Classic Final Four. Fastball low to win ball one, and the count is at 1 ball and 1 strike. So 1-1 the count to Randy Wynn. Single to center to open the ball game with Edgar Renteria waiting on deck. We got to hand it to the U.S. A lot of injuries with the likes of Chipper Jones and Dustin Pedroia. Ryan Braun's been out with an oblique injury. Of course, Jones and Pedroia gone home from the team. Wynn swings and misses at a fastball. Strike 2, and the count is at 1 ball and 2 strikes. Now, it's possible, I read an article today that Rays third baseman Evan Longoria would be willing to step in for the United States at third. The 1-2 on the way to Wynn, swing and a miss at a fastball, strike 3, and he is out. Second strikeout for Dempster. 2 down here on the top of the third. Cubs 3, Giants nothing. And here is the shortstop, Edgar Renteria. He flied to right field in the first. Now, Longoria, for example, could join Team USA when it heads to Dodger Stadium. First pitch to Renteria, low ball 1 ball and no strikes. And the ironic part is Longoria has been a little under the weather. He's been fighting a virus and was scratched today, I read, from the Rays starting lineup. Lead at second base by Burris. Dempster kicks and deals, and Renteria broken bat, tapper toward short, grabbed by Terrio. Easy toss over to Hoffbauer at first. Renteria is out. Leadoff single wasted by Burris. A hit, a man left. And after 2.5 innings, it stays Cubs 3 and the Giants nothing. You're listening to the Cactus League on sfgiants.com.
That's the sound of the two best words in the English language. And that's the sound of our fans welcoming the out-of-towners.
You've got mail.
That was me, Tim Lincecum, hitting a grand slam to win the game. Hey, it could happen. The 09 season's almost here, so it's time to get your tickets for all the sights and sounds of Giants baseball. Like the sounds of your buddies seeing their faces on the big screen.
Dodgers! Suck out! Beat that!
Or the sound of your kids actually agreeing on something. Or maybe the sound of a cold one hitting a 21-ounce cup.
Yes.
And finally, that's the sound of you getting the seats you want to the games you want to see. Just call 877-4SFG-TICK or visit sfgiants.com to order your tickets today. That's 877-4SFG-TICK or sfgiants.com. We're your San Francisco Giants. Let's play.
Heading to the bottom of the third inning, Cubs 3, Giants nothing. Doug Greenwald with you on sfgiants.com. And Aramis Ramirez to lead it off. It'll be Ramirez, Hoffpauir, and Fontenot. Face the star of MLB 2K9's commercial, Tim Lincecum. It's a funny commercial. Well, I guess you could say Tim's twin, so to speak. There is Ramirez, and he swings at a curve and fouls into the backstop. No balls and a strike. I saw how they set that whole thing up. There was a feature about Lincecum, how they were able to put in all the wires into his body and make it into the video game. The 0-1 is taken low, ball one, 1 ball, 1 strike. I like the view where he's in his car listening to the music, and they show the right field side of AT&T Park, right where the bay is. The 1-1 on the way, and that's a curve swung on a miss by Ramirez. Strike 2, 1 ball, 2 strikes. Ramirez, Hoffpauir, Fontenot. Ramirez walked and scored in the first, a 3-run first, allowed by Lincecum. 3 balls and 2 strikes. And Lincecum's pitch, and Ramirez swings at a curve for strike 3, the 1-2, I should say, and he is out. The third strikeout for Lincecum. And now here is the first baseman, and Micah Hoffpauir. Hoffpauir, left-handed batter, RBI triple, and a run scored in the first. And Lincecum's pitch, and Hoffpauir takes low for a ball. And the count is at 1 ball and no strikes. Talking about Hoffpauir and that 5-for-5 game he had with 5 RBIs last year at the Mets. Only one other rookie who has ever done that. The 1-0 on the way, and that's foul just back of the plate. Strike 1. And the count is at 1 ball and 1 strike. To have a rookie go 5-for-5 with at least 2 homers and 5 RBIs in the game. Kevin Seitzer did that. And Seitzer did one better. He was actually 6-for-6. This was in 1987 from a Royal third baseman. Hoffpauir ground ball back at first. Backhand grab by Ishikawa. And he'll take it to the bag for the unassisted out. 2 down. Bottom of the third inning. Cubs 3, Giants nothing. And here is the second baseman, Mike Fontenot. RBI single for him back in the first. And Seitzer did that August 2nd of 1987 against Boston. But Hoffpauir not only accomplished that last year, but he also had a 4-home run game when he was at Iowa. So here is Fontenot, he takes a breaking ball for a strike on the inside corner. And the count is a no balls and a strike. Outfield shallow around to the left, and Fontenot takes low for a ball. 1 ball, 1 strike. It's strange to look at a guy in a Cubs uniform who's a left-handed batter, wearing the number 17, something Mark Grace did for so many years with the Cubs. 1 ball, 1 strike pitch, and that's low, ball 2. And the count is at 2 balls and a strike. Now, speaking of retired numbers, Cubs announced today that they're going to be retiring 1 number coming up this year. The 2-1 pitch is low, ball 3. And the count is now at 3 balls and a strike. And I'll tell you who in a moment. 3-1 pitch. And Fontenot swings and rips one right past Lincecum. 1 hop over his head and into center field, a base hit. And that ball was chopped, and Lincecum just ducked. He didn't want any part of that. Ball right up the middle and on into center field for a base hit. So Fontenot now 2 for 2 here. So Taguchi, well, the number 31 is going to be retired coming up May 3rd at Wrigley Field. And you think Cubs at number 31. And some of you Cubs fans out there might be thinking, all right, well, Ferguson Jenkins wore 31, and so did Greg Maddux. So who's going to get the honor of having that number retired? Pitch to Taguchi is in the dirt. Good stop by Molina. Ball 1, 1-0. Well, number 31 is going to be in honor of both, as it should be. Ferguson Jenkins in the Hall of Fame. Greg Maddux will be in the Hall of Fame. Cubs and Marlins will get together at Wrigley that day, and Maddux and Jenkins will get together in a special ceremony and have their number 31 retired. Pitch to Taguchi is low, ball 2. 2 balls and no strikes. Both Jenkins and Maddux are going to raise the number atop the Wrigley Field flagpole. Be the 5th number retired in the history of the Cubs. Lead at first by Fontenot, and the pitch on the way is low. Ball 3 to Taguchi, 3-0. Number 14 retired for Ernie Banks. That was in 1982. 1987, the Cubs retired Billy Williams, number 26. In 2003, Ron Santos, number 10, was retired. And in 2005, Ryan Sandberg's number 23 was retired. That pitch to Taguchi is in the dirt, ball 4. It skips away from Molina over toward the Cubs dugout, where he'll pick it up with his bare right hand. So the walk sends Fontenot to second, Taguchi to first. 2-out trouble for Lincecum, and Giants pitching coach Dave Righetti out to talk to Tim Lincecum, who will receive his Cy Young Award at AT&T Park coming up on April 8th. Special ceremony before the ball game, and again, all of you have a chance to take part in that. And for more information on Giants season tickets and a chance to see Tim Lincecum be rewarded with his 2008 Cy Young Award, call the Giants office at 972, ticket office 415, I should say, 415-972-2298. Now, maybe in time, Mark Grace will have his number retired. I mentioned all the years he played with the Cubs. I'll be more specific. He was with the Cubs for 13 years. But can't quarrel with Ferguson Jenkins and Greg Maddux sharing the honor. In fact, both Jenkins and Maddux each won their first Cy Young Awards as Cubs. And now here is Baco, and he takes in the dirt, ball 1. And the count is at 1 ball and no strikes. And Jenkins and Maddux also had 2 tours of duties with the Cubs. 2 tours of duty with the Cubs. Jenkins from 66 to 73, and then came back, pitched there from 82 to 83. A 1-0 to Baco, change up there, swung and a miss, strike 1, 1-1. Maddux came up with the Cubs 1986 to 1992, came back with them from 2004 to 2006. And each are one of just 10 pitchers in Cubs history with 10 or more years of service with the club. Fastball to Baco misses outside, ball 2. 2-1. And Jenkins, the all-time Cubs leader in games started with 347. 2 balls and a strike. Runners at first and second, and Baco takes a strike on the outside corner. 2-2. Maddox earned his 300th win as a Cub, and most of you Giant fans, I'm sure, remember that because he accomplished it in San Francisco in 2004. 2-ball, 2-strike pitch, and Baco swings and misses another changeup for strike 3, and he is out. 4 strikeouts for Lincecum. No runs, a hit, and 2 left, and after 3 from Hohokam Park, Cubs 3 and the Giants nothing on sfgiants.com.
That's the sound of the 2 best words in the English language. That's the sound of our fans welcoming the out-of-towners. That's the sound of me, Tim Lincecum, hitting a grand slam to win the game. Hey, it could happen. The 09 season's almost here, so it's time to get your tickets for all the sights and sounds of Giants baseball. Like the sounds of your buddies seeing their faces on the big screen.
Dodgers! Suck out! Eat that!
Or the sound of your kids actually agreeing on something. Or maybe the sound of a cold one hitting a 21-ounce cup.
Yes.
And finally, that's the sound of you getting the seats you want to the games you want to see. Just call 877-4SFG-TICK or visit sfgiants.com to order your tickets today. That's 877-4SFG-TICK or sfgiants.com. We're your San Francisco Giants. Let's play.
We move to the top of the 4th inning this afternoon. Cubs 3 and the Giants nothing. And again, I want to remind all of you, for a limited time, you can take advantage of a $50 gift card offer from the San Francisco Giants. Call in during today's webcast and become a season ticket holder. Remember, season tickets start for as little as $672 for the full season. For under $10 a game and 4 easy payments, you'll be a season ticket holder and receive a $50 gift card. Call 415-972-2298 right now to speak with a Giants representative. Here's Fred Lewis to lead off the 4th inning, and he swings at the first pitch from Ryan Dempster and fouls one off left side, strike 1. And the count is at no balls and a strike. Lewis, Molina, and Sandoval. 3, 4, and 5 to see what they can do against Ryan Dempster. Outfield medium depth and straight away as Dempster kicks and delivers, and Lewis swings and pops this one up softly. First base side of the diamond, in on the grass is Hoffpower, and the first baseman, Micah Hoffpower, makes the catch. 1 up, 1 down here on the top of the 4th. And here is the catcher in Benji Molina. We're talking last inning about Ferguson Jenkins and Greg Maddox, who will have their number 31 retired on May 3rd. We're talking about Maddox winning a Cy Young Award win, or winning a Cy Young Award. Here is Molina, and he takes a strike on the outside corner, 0-1. He won 1 Cy Young Award with the Cubs in '92, and then won his other 3 with Atlanta. Won 18 career Gold Gloves. Did Maddox swing by Molina, a chopper to short, up with a Terrio, and plenty of time to throw on to Hoffpower at first to retire Molina. So 2 down here in the 4th inning, the top half. And here is the third baseman, Pablo Sandoval. Ferguson Jenkins is here today and was honored before the game, throwing out the ceremonial first pitch. I'm sure Team Canada could have used Jenkins in the World Baseball Classic. As most of you know, Jenkins grew up in Canada. So now here is Sandoval. Outfield around to the right, and Ryan Dempster kicks and delivers, and Pablo is swinging a foul to the backstop, strike 1. And the count is at no balls and a strike. I got an instant message today from a Cubs fan listening in Indiana. Well, there are a lot of Cubs fans up in, there are Cubs fans everywhere, but certainly up in Indiana. The 0-1 on the way, and that's popped up foul left side, strike 2, 0-2. And much like the Giants, who have a winter fan fest and a winter caravan, the Cubs have a big fan fest every January up in Chicago. No balls and 2 strikes to count to Sandoval. Ishikawa on deck. Big hole in left center. Dempster comes back, and Sandoval reaches down for this one and drives one foul down the right field side. And the count is at no balls and 2 strikes. Scoreboard here at Hohokam Park, well out toward left center field. Well back of the grassy berm in left field. But the grassy berm pretty much goes all the way around. And looks to be a packed house this afternoon from Mesa. No ball, 2-strike pitch again from Dempster. Curve, and that's ripped up the middle and on in the center field. Another base hit for Pablo Sandoval. His first hit today, but again coming in, hitting .447 for the spring. Sandoval is aboard. Sandoval now 18 hits for the spring, more than any other Giant. In fact, he joins David Murphy of the Mets for most hits by anyone in the National League in spring training with 18. So now here is Ishikawa, struck out looking in the second, and he swings and misses at a fastball. Strike 1, and the count is at no balls and a strike. Talking about the Cubs and Giants, and we mentioned the Cubs will be at AT&T Park. Final regular season homestand for the Giants. Cubs do not come to San Francisco till September 24th. Ishikawa swinging a curve and a miss. Strike 2, 0-2. The Giants will make one trip to Wrigley this year in the regular season. And get this, folks. If you're a Cubs fan and you go out to Wrigley and you like to see the Giants, as Ishikawa takes inside for a ball, 1-2. Giants are going to play just 2 games at Wrigley Field this year. May 4th and May 5th. A night game followed by a day game, and that's it. As I said, the Cubs will have 4 games in San Francisco. That's unbelievable. The 1-2 on the way, and Ishikawa goes around at a slider for strike 3, and he is out. I'll touch on that a little more when we get back. Strikeout for Dempster is his third. A hit, a man left onto the bottom of the 4th from Mesa. It's the Cubs 3 and the Giants nothing on sfgiants.com.
That's the sound of something big about to happen. And that's the sound of it happening as you watch from the lower deck. That's me, Aaron Roach, diving for a catch. And that's me trying to get the grass stains off my uniform. Hey, the 09 season's almost here, so get your tickets now for all the sights and sounds of Giants baseball. Like the sounds of Fred Lewis rounding first. Lewis rounding second. Lewis turning a double into a triple. Yeah, don't forget the garlic fries.
Tickets to all the games you want to see are available right now, so get them before they're gone. Call 877-4SFG-TIX or visit sfgiants.com to get your tickets today. That's 877-4SFG-TIX or sfgiants.com. We're your San Francisco Giants. Let's play.
That's the sound of something big about to happen. And that's the sound of it happening as you watch from the lower deck. That's me, Aaron Rowan, diving for a catch. And that's me trying to get the grass stains off my uniform.
Going to the 4th inning, bottom of the 4th. Cubs 3, Giants nothing. Doug Greenwald with you, sfgiants.com. And the first pitch of Joey Gathright, grounded deep and hold it short. Rennery to his right, long throw across, but not nearly in time. And besides, the throw pulled Ishikawa off the bag. No chance to get a guy like Gathright on a ball that deep in the hole. So he has himself an infield hit. And he is on for the second time this afternoon. So the Cubs now with at least one hit in each of Lincecum's 4 innings. 6th hit allowed by Lincecum. And now here is Dempster again in a sacrifice situation, and Lincecum delivers, and Dempster bunts one foul back of the plate, strike 1. And the count is at no balls and a strike. And both pitchers today have had a chance to see what they can do to advance runners, with the number 8 batters getting on against Sandoval in on the grass at third. And the pitch on the way to Dempster, up and away, ball 1. And the count is at 1 ball and 1 strike. Gathright a very small lead at first base. Lincecum working from the first base side of the rubber and ready to go. Again, Dempster shows bunt, and he bunts this one in the air, foul first base side. And the count is at 1 ball and 2 strikes. So Lincecum so far has given up 6 hits. The most he allowed in the game last year, 9. Did that at the Mets back on July 8th. Game in which the Mets beat Lincecum 7-0. He gave up 4 runs in that game, including a home runs to Carlos Beltran and Carlos Delgado. Fastball there to Dempster, and he takes outside, ball 2. And the count is at 2 balls and 2 strikes. So again, we're talking last inning about the Giants, who will only play 2 games at Wrigley Field this year. There goes Gathright. Dempster bunts this one in the air, and that is going to roll foul, and that's a break for the Cubs. Dempster is out. Gathright, by rule, gets to go back to first. Boy, Lincecum came tearing off the mound. Molina came back of home plate up along the first base side, and if that ball had been caught, that would have been an easy double play, because Gathright was already at second. Instead, once the ball dropped, the worst for the Cubs is that it's a strikeout, good for only 1 out, and Gathright automatically, or by rule, has to go back to first. So Dempster is out trying to bunt. 5 strikeouts now for Lincecum. 1 out. Cubs 3, Giants nothing. And now Soriano is swinging a towering drive foul down the left field line. Strike 1, 0-1. Top of the Cubs order up for the 3rd time. Soriano a home run on the first pitch of the bottom of the first against Lincecum. And then he followed that in the second inning with a single to right. Outfield, medium depth and straight away. Lincecum from the first base side of the rubber. Kicks and delivers, and Soriano a big swing and a pop-up foul right side, 0-2. It used to be the Giants would get 2 trips into Chicago. Usually it'd be 1 in May and let's say 1 in August. And you Giant fans have seen it the other way. Last few years, I believe the Cardinals have only had 2 games in San Francisco. 0-2. Lincecum deals, and a curve, low and in, ball 1, 1-2. But I think that is a real crime, and that's just the way it is when you have interleague play now, where the Giants are going to play more games in Seattle than they are in Chicago. There's some serious problems with that. Why you play more games in the other league cities than you do against teams in your own league. Or why some years an American League team might play more games in San Francisco than the Cardinals, let's say. Soriano, a foul to the backstop with Gathright going. Count holds at 1-2. So when the Giants have players like Lincecum, and Lincecum, certainly a guy that would attract a lot of people, or a guy like Randy Johnson, who perhaps around early May could be going for win number 300. Well, let's hope Randy Johnson gets that in San Francisco. But my point is, you only have two chances to see the Giants if you're in Chicago. The 1-2 pitch, Soriano takes a curve, and it glances off his bat and into the glove of Molina for strike 3, so it goes as a strikeout. And that is the second out. I guess that's a strikeout swinging. 6 strikeouts now for Tim Lincecum. 2 out here in the bottom of the 4th. Cubs 3, Giants nothing. I think last year, or 2 years ago, for example, Toronto played more games in San Francisco than St. Louis. Of course, in some markets, you can obviously go and see an opposing team in your 2 market teams if one team doesn't come to you very often. But, for example, the Giants don't go to Chicago this year to play the White Sox. Their only trip to Chicago is 2 games. First pitch to Terrio is a strike on the outside corner, 0-1. Last year, remember the Mets went to Wrigley Field. Their only trip there was early in the year, and it was a night game followed by a day game, and that was the only trip to Chicago for the Mets. The 0-1 is outside for a ball. And the count is at 1 ball and 1 strike. Plus, Chicago's such a great city, you'd think you'd want to spend a little more time there. 1 ball, 1 strike to count. Terrio 0 for 1 with a walk. Lead at first base by Gathright. Again he goes, pitch low and in, and Gathright down to second. No throw even attempted by Molina. They'll give Gathright a stolen base, and the count is a 2-1. Cubs 3, Giants nothing, bottom of the 4th. A guy like Gathright, we talked about his speed, but he's a tremendous leaper. 2 ball, 1 strike pitch, and Terrio swings at a curve and misses, strike 2. And the count is a 2 balls and 2 strikes. Gathright has been known to leap from one door to another of a car. That's right, he can jump over a car. Jump over the width of a car. The 2-2 pitch outside. Ball 3, 3-2. That's right, and no joke, folks. He did that once in 2002. Stood right outside the passenger side of a door, swinging a ground ball up the middle to his left. Renneria, the ball goes under his glove out in the shallow center, and Gathright will round third, and he'll continue to the plate and score easily, standing up. Now 4-0 in favor of the Cubs. Give Terrio a single, and that's probably going to be all for Tim Lincecum. And Bruce Bochy is going to take the ball from the young right-hander. Now, Bruce Bochy, who had undergone some shoulder surgery a few weeks ago, had allowed Dave Righetti to make the pitching changes, or at least allowed Dave Righetti to go to the mound. But Bruce Bochy now back out there and takes the ball from Lincecum. We're going to have a double switch, and when we get back, we will tell you about it. Now 4-0 Cubs in the bottom of the 4th, and we will be back in a moment.
That's the sound of something big about to happen. And that's the sound of it happening as we watch from the lower deck. That's me, Aaron Rowan, diving for a catch. And that's me trying to get the grass stains off my uniform. Hey, the 09 season's almost here, so get your tickets now for all the sights and sounds of Giants baseball. Like the sounds of Fred Lewis rounding first. Lewis rounding second. Lewis turning a double into a triple. Yeah, don't forget the garlic fries.
Tickets Tickets to all the games you want to see are available right now, so get them before they're gone. Call 877-4SFG-TIX or visit sfgiants.com to get your tickets today. That's 877-4SFG-TIX or sfgiants.com. We're your San Francisco Giants. Let's play.
That's the sound of something big about to happen. And that's the sound of it happening as you watch from the lower deck. That's me, Aaron Rowan, diving for a catch. And that's me trying to get the grass stains off my uniform. Hey, the 09 season's almost here, so get your tickets now for all the sights and sounds of Giants baseball. Like the sounds of Fred Lewis rounding first. Lewis rounding second. And Lewis turning a double into a triple. Yeah, don't forget the garlic fries.
Tickets to all the games you want to see are available right now, so get them before they're gone. Call 877-4SFG-TIX or visit sfgiants.com to get your tickets today. That's 877-4SFG-TIX or sfgiants.com.
Jack Tashner on the mound for the San Francisco Giants. He will bat sixth. The new first baseman is Jesus Guzman. He bats ninth. So that is the double switch. Bottom of the fourth inning. 4-0. The Cubs lead the Giants, and Tashner to the belt. And the lefty delivers a breaking ball low outside, ball one. And the count is at 1 ball and no strikes. Tashner last pitched against the A's in a split squad game over in Phoenix on Sunday. 7th appearance this spring for Jack, all out of the bullpen without a decision. And ERA at 5.68. Outfield medium depth and straight away. The 1 ball, no strike pitch to Aramis Ramirez will have to wait to throw to first. And Brian Terrio back safely standing up. Ramirez has walked, scored, and struck out. Outfield medium depth and straight away. Tashner into the set position, and he kicks and delivers. Ramirez takes outside for a ball, 2-0. Tashner, 30 years old, will be 31 in mid to late April. 6'3", 207 pounds. Grew up in Racine, Wisconsin. Two balls, no strikes. Looks over at first base, and the pitch, fastball, strike one on the outside corner to Ramirez. And the count is now at 2 balls and a strike to Aramis Ramirez. Came up with the Pirates, but has obviously put up tremendous power numbers with the Cubs. 38 home runs, his career best back in 2006. Turned the throw to first base, and again back safely standing up is Terrio. Ramirez, native of the Dominican Republic, will be 31 on June 25th. A long-term deal for Aramis Ramirez, two-time All-Star, who was signed through the 2011 season. For 3 more years. The club has an option for 2012. Now time called by the plate umpire, Mike Everett. And Ramirez, the first Cub to record at least 30 doubles and at least 25 home runs in 5 consecutive seasons. Over 6 times in his career has surpassed 100 or more runs batted in. 2 balls and a strike to count. Outfield medium depth and straight away. Third baseman Sandoval back of the bag near the line. And Tashner delivers low. Snap throw back to first, and Terrio just back safely ahead of the attempted tag of the first baseman Guzman. The count to Ramirez is at 3 balls and a strike. And the Cubs and Giants will meet March 26th. That game will be televised in the Bay Area on CSN Bay Area. That'll be a 7:10 start. So we normally do. We'll have a game under the lights in Arizona. The 3-1 pitch to Ramirez from Tashner, and that misses outside, ball 4. Well, Tashner has not had a tremendous spring. Walks Ramirez, the first batter he sees. Terrio up to second. Ramirez to first. And it looks like that's going to be all for Aramis Ramirez. He's going to be lifted for a pinch runner. And the former Oakland A and Kansas City Royal, Esteban Herman, utility infielder, will come in and pinch run for Aramis Ramirez. So now runners at first and second for Michael Hoffpower. 1 for 2, an RBI triple and a run scored. Outfield medium depth and straight away, and Tasher delivers. Hoffpower takes inside, ball 1-0. Thinking about Hoffpower growing up in Texas, grew up in a town called Jacksonville, Texas. It's up in the northeast part of the state. Tasher comes back and mixes in a strike on the inside corner, 1-1. It's maybe about an hour and a half to the west of Shreveport, along one of the back highways of Texas. Jacksonville, Texas, also the hometown of country music star Leanne Womack. 1 ball, 1 strike. Runners at first and second, and Hoffpower takes low ball 2, 2-1. We're also talking about the 4 home run game Hoffpower had last year while playing for the Iowa Cubs, the AAA affiliate. And that 4 homer game, all 4 of his home runs were solo. 2-1 on the way, and that is low to Hoffpower, outside ball 3. And the count works now to 3 balls and a strike. August 9th at Round Rock, Hoffpower was 4 for 5, tying the Pacific Coast League record held by many for most home runs in a game. Outfield in a round to the right, big hole in left center. Tasher deals and Hoffpower takes, and that is low outside, ball 4, and that loads the bases. So back-to-back walks issued by Tashner to start his afternoon. And the bag's full, and now here's Fontenot, the second baseman. He's been on base twice. He's 2 for 2. A couple of singles. Feel free to join us. We're online. Giants Webcasts at AOL.com. In Giants Webcasts, plural on both, at AOL.com. Cubs 4, Giants nothing, bottom 4, and the pitch to Fontenot is a strike on the outside corner. And the count is a no balls and a strike. Now once again, Fontenot and Theriot expected to make up the middle infield for the Cubs. The 2 were teammates at LSU about 10 years ago. Tashner's 0-1, and that's a strike called to Fontenot on the outside corner, 0-2. And mostly a Louisiana lineup today. Theriot from Baton Rouge, Fontenot from Lafayette, Baco from Lafayette. Gaffright grew up in Kenner, which is near New Orleans. No balls, 2 strikes. Runners at every base, and the pitch to Mike Fontenot, low outside for a ball. And the count is at 1 ball and 2 strikes. So Mike Fontenot. Let me correct that. Fontenot actually lives in Lafayette now, but he grew up in Slidell, Louisiana, which is near New Orleans. But went to school at Baton Rouge now, as I said, lives in Lafayette. The 1-2 pitch swing, and that's blooped down to shallow left, but out goes the shortstop Renneria, and on the grass makes the catch. Just a little jam shot there, and Fontenot retired. The Cubs settled for a run, 2 hits, and they leave the bases loaded. Through 4 from Mesa. Cubs 4, Giants nothing on SFGiants.com.
Sound of it happening as you watch from the lower deck. That's the sound of something big about to happen. And that's the sound of it happening as you watch from the lower deck. That's me, Aaron Rowan, diving for a catch. And that's me trying to get the grass stains off my uniform. Hey, the 09 season's almost here, so get your tickets now for all the sights and sounds of Giants baseball. Like the sounds of Fred Lewis rounding first. Lewis rounding second. And Lewis turning a double into a triple. Yeah, don't forget the garlic fries.
Tickets to all the games you want to see are available right now, so get them before they're gone. Call 877-4SFG-TIX or visit sfgiants.com to get your tickets today. That's 877-4SFG-TIX or sfgiants.com. We're your San Francisco Giants. Let's play.
On we go to the top of the fifth inning this afternoon from Hohokam Park. I want to say Wrigley Field West, but Hohokam Park here in Mesa. Cubs 4, Giants nothing. Aaron Rowan leads it off against Ryan Dempster. It'll be Rowan, Burris, and then Guzman, bottom third of the order. Dempster 4 shutout innings, and the first pitch to Aaron Rowan is a fastball taken for a strike on the inside corner, and the count is a no balls and a strike. Outfield deep and around toward left, and Rowan waits. Dempster kicks and deals, and Aaron made a motion at the high fastball and did not go around. And the count is at 1 ball and 1 strike. So Aaron Rowan coming into the spring, or coming into the day, 222 with a homer. 3 runs batted in. Dempster's pitch, and Rowan chases a slider and misses strike 2. Pitch on the outer half of the plate. And the count is a no balls and 2 strikes. Rowan, and again I'm referring here to regular season play, 0 for 7 lifetime against Dempster with 3 strikeouts and a walk. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Dempster out of the windup deals, and Rowan checks a swing there, takes low. Ball 2, and the count is at 2 balls and 2 strikes. To the count. Again, Dempster right leg on the third base side of the rubber, left leg on the first base side of the rubber. 2-2 pitch, and that's looped in the shallow right center, and a long run for the center fielder, and Gaffrey, and he makes the catch. A tumbling grab out of right center field by the speedster and Joey Gaffrey. And Rowan is out. Second time he's flied to Gaffrey, but this catch a little more spectacular. 1 down, and here is the shortstop, Emmanuel Burris. Hey, Giants fans, got a group of 25 or more. We'll bring them out to the yard for a ball game and experience why the Giants are the best group outing in the Bay Area. Group outings are perfect for friends, companies, or entertaining clients. To reserve your seats today, call 415-972-2298. Here is Burris, and he takes outside ball 1-1-0. Emmanuel singled to left field in the third inning. Third baseman Esteban Herman on the lip of the grass as Dempster rocks out to the windup in the 1-0 to Burris, foul to the backstop. Strike 1-1-1. That's right. Esteban Herman, after pinch running for Aramis Ramirez, stayed in the game. So place him at third. 1 ball, 1 strike to count to Burris. And was hit with a pitch right around his left ankle the other day. Swings here and pokes this one toward left center, but drifting back to his left, the left fielder Alfonso Soriano, and he makes the catch. 2 down here in the 5th inning. Top of the 5th. 4 runs, 7 hits, no errors for the Cubs. No runs, 3 hits, no errors for the Giants. And now here is one of the heroes of yesterday's game, Jesus Guzman, with a home run over that 35-foot batter's eye in straightaway center in the bottom of the 9th. Carlos Villanueva, the Brewers, to win that game yesterday, a 2-run shot. Dempster delivers, and Guzman takes a strike on the inside corner, 0-1. Jesus Guzman for the spring hitting an even .400. He's 14 for 35. 3 homers and 10 RBIs. 10 RBIs match the Giants' Ryan Rollinger for most on the squad this spring. Breaking ball to Guzman, swung on a miss, 0-2. Inappropriate that Rollinger's 2-run inside the park home run at the bottom of the 8th evened the score yesterday to allow Guzman's 2-run blast to win the game. A 1-out 2-run home run to win the contest. Dempster winds on the 0-2 pitch, and that's in the dirt to Guzman. Ball 1, and the count is at 1 ball and 2 strikes. There is action in the Cubs bullpen, back of the right field wall. It's like former Oakland Athletic and Tampa Bay Devil Ray, as they were known when he was there, Chad Godin, another Louisianan, getting loose. 1-2 the count, and Dempster winds, and the pitch, Guzman swings, fouls this one at the plate. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Dempster now into his 5th inning, but this is the most he has pitched in a spring game this year. In 17 wins last year for Dempster, 14 of the 17 wins were at Wrigley Field. The most for a Cubs pitcher since Fergie Jenkins won 15 games at Wrigley in 1967. Curveball to Guzman, and that's looped into right center field, a base hit. Far to his right, the right fielder Taguchi up with the baseball, and he'll get it back in toward the second baseman Fondo. And Jesus Guzman continues his hot spring with a single to right. And now for the 3rd time this afternoon, San Francisco will go to the top of its order. For the right fielder, Randy Wynn. He is 1 for 2, single to center field in the 1st inning. The 15 wins by Jenkins, the 15 Wrigley Field wins by Jenkins in 1967, a franchise record. So Dempster only 1 away last year from matching that. The first pitch to Wynn is a strike on the outside corner, 0-1. Dempster 25 saves 2 years ago, and then moved to the rotation last year, won 17 games. The 0-1 to Win, low and inside. Ball 1, 1 ball, 1 strike. He's just the second pitcher since 1969 to record 25 or more saves in a season, and then win at least 17 games the following year, since former Tiger John Hiller did that 1973 and 1974. 1 ball, 1 strike. Dempster again to the belt, kicks and fires, and Wynn takes a breaking ball for a strike on the inside corner, 1-2. And Dempster, 28 saves in 2007, had as many as 33 in 1 year, and that was 05 with the Cubs. Seems like Ryan Dempster's been around forever, yet he's only 31 years old. 1 ball, 2 strikes the count to Randy Wynn. Edgar Renneria on deck. Lead at first by Guzman, and the pitch to Wynn outside, ball 2. And the count is 2 balls and 2 strikes. Two and 2 the count. This could be Dempster's last batter. Again, Chad Godin getting loose. 2-2 pitch. Wynn takes just outside, ball 3, 3-2. So with 3-2 and 2 outs, Guzman will be off automatically. Hoffpower will back up and play behind him. 3 balls, 2 strikes the count to Randy Wynn, who, like Dempster, was originally in the Florida Marlins system. 3-2 on the way, and Wynn swings and misses at a curve for strike 3, well out in front of that one, and he is out, as are the Giants. Second time Wynn has struck out today, and Dempster has struck out 4. Previous high this spring, 2 for Dempster. No runs in and a man left. Halfway done today in Mesa. Cubs 4, Giants nothing on sfgiants.com.
That's the sound of something big about to happen. And that's the sound of it happening as you watch from the lower deck. That's me, Aaron Rowan, diving for a catch. And that's me trying to get the grass stains off my uniform. Hey, the 09 season's almost here, so get your tickets now for all the sights and sounds of Giants baseball. Like the sounds of Fred Lewis rounding first, Lewis rounding second, and Lewis turning a double into a triple. Yeah, don't forget the garlic fries.
Tickets to all the games you want to see are available right now, so get them before they're gone. Call 877-4SFG-TICKS or visit sfgiants.com to get your tickets today. That's 877-4SFG-TICKS or sfgiants.com. We're your San Francisco Giants. Let's play.
sound of something big about to happen. And that's the sound of it happening as you watch from the lower deck. That's me, Aaron Rowan, diving for a catch. And that's me trying to get the grass stains off my uniform. Hey, the 09 season's almost here, so get your tickets now for all the sights and sounds of Giants baseball.
Halfway done as we go to the bottom of the fifth inning. Cubs 4, Giants nothing, and the first pitch from Jack Tashner. So Taguchi is a strike on the outside corner, 0-1. Taguchi, Baco, and Gathright 6, 7, and 8 to face Tashner. Came on to get the final out of the fourth inning despite walking 2. Taguchi swings and fouls one off right side, strike 2. No balls, 2 strikes. Taguchi 0 for 1 with a walk. Giants making a couple of changes. Eugenio Velez is the new center fielder. Andres Torres is the new right fielder. As the 0-2 pitch is loaded, Taguchi, ball 1. And the count is at 1 ball and 2 strikes. Taguchi obviously not a member of the Japanese World Baseball Classic team. 1 ball, 2 strike pitch, and so takes inside, ball 2. And the count is at 2 balls and 2 strikes. So Taguchi, one of the more dramatic home runs in the history of the Cardinals. 3-2, and he swings and pokes this one foul down the left field side. And the count holds it 3-2. Taguchi, go ahead home run in the National League Championship Series in 2006. That was in Game 2 of the Mets' Billy Wagner. 3-2 here, and Taguchi takes inside, or the 2-2 is inside, 3-2. And it was Yadier Molina who had a home run off Wagner in Game 7 of that NLCS to give the Cardinals the pennant, or which put them ahead and put them in position to win them the pennant in the that series. But Taguchi obviously a big role earlier in that set. 3-2 pitch, and he takes high, ball 4. So that is the third walk. The 4 batters Tashner has faced. He's now walked 3 of them. And Taguchi to first. Here is Paul Baco. Cubs 4, Giants nothing. Bottom of the 5th inning. Tim Lincecum today, certainly not one of his better spring outings. 3 2/3 innings, despite striking out 6, but allowed 7 hits, 4 runs all earned, walked 3, and again they gave up the home run on the very first pitch of the bottom of the first to Alfonso Soriano. So now here's Baco, and he takes a strike on the inside corner, 0-1. Well, our best thoughts go out to the family of Whitey Lockman, who lost his life early this morning. Most of you old-time Giant fans remember Whitey Lockman, who came up with the Giants in 40s and played through the 56 season with the New York Giants. The 0-1 pitch is outside for a ball. 1 ball, 1 strike. And Whitey Lockman, who has very strong ties to both the Giants and the Cubs. Lockman went on to manage the Cubs in the early 1970s. In fact, he went on to replace Leo DeRocher as manager of the Cubs. 1 ball, 1 strike pitch up and in, ball 2 to Baco. And the count is at 2-1. Lockman, a first baseman and an outfielder, signed with the Giants when he was 17 years old during World War II, and joined the Giants in the big leagues just past his 19th birthday. 2 balls and a strike. Outfield around to the left. Tashner deals, and Baco a defensive swing and a foul to the backstop. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Lockman, in addition to playing with the Giants, played with the Cardinals, Orioles, and Reds, and was a member. And I'd said he'd played with the New York Giants for about 10 years, but rejoined the Giants when they were in New York, their last year in New York in 57, and played on the first San Francisco Giant team in 58. 2 ball, 2 strike pitch, and that's lined to short, caught by Renneria for the first out. Taguchi back to first. Cubs 4, Giants nothing. Bottom of the 5th inning. And here is the center fielder, Joey Gathright. And then Lockman also timed with the Orioles and then finished his playing career with the Cincinnati Reds. Was a member of the 1954 Giants club, the last one to win a World Series. But Whitey Lockman played one of the most significant roles, as one can do, in that 1951 pennant deciding game between the Giants and Dodgers, October 3rd of 51, when Bobby Thompson hit the 3-run homer to beat the Dodgers. Whitey Lockman scored the tying run on that home run just ahead of Bobby Thompson. You talk about a significant role in Giants history. The pitch to Gathright, inside, ball 1-0. Lockman in that ninth inning hit a one-out double, and that scored former Giant manager Alvin Dark with the Giants' first run of that inning. That made it 4-2 Brooklyn, and Lockman's double knocked Don Newcomb out of the game. It was the Dodgers starter. The 1-0 pitch to Gathright popped up foul left side, 1-1. And then, obviously, Thompson completed the game with a home run. But it was Whitey Lockman who scored right before Bobby Thompson. And Lockman passing away today at age 82. The 1-1 pitch, and Gathright swings and misses at a fastball, 1-2. Lockman had been living here in Scottsdale and had been ill. And again, our best thoughts to the Lockman family, and obviously, as we mentioned, the Giants and Cubs, who Whitey Lockman was certainly associated with for many years. The 1-2 on the way to Gathright, and that's tapped up along first, foul. And the count is at 1 ball and 2 strikes. Whitey Lockman, and member of the National League All-Star team back in 1952. And 1 ball and 2 strikes the count to Joey Gathright. Pitcher spot on deck in Dempster, but looks like we'll see a pinch hitter in a moment. Taguchi at first base. Guzman holds him on, and the pitch to Gathright. Poke toward third. Playing back on the ball, Sandoval, and that hits him in the face. The ball caroms down the left field side. Lewis has to run all the way in, almost to the coach's box from left, to pick up the ball. Safe at first is Gathright. Taguchi goes to third, but that is not what is important right now. Sandoval is face down. Chest down, face down. The Giants training crew immediately out to check on him from their third base dugout. Sandoval laying in the dirt well back of the third base bag. Skipper Bruce Bochy out to check on him too. That ball took a wicked hop, and Sandoval, not sure if he took it off his chin or maybe his nose, not exactly sure where in the face, but he immediately went down. And again, still lying face down. And now slowly getting up, or slowly to his knees, I should say. Ryan Rollinger will come in and play third for the Giants. And Sandoval, who expecting to be the everyday third baseman for the Giants, so now he is getting up. Looks like his nose, as one of the Giants trainers with a white rubber glove applying some pressure to Sandoval's nose, and a very classy crowd here in Mesa gets up to give Sandoval an ovation. So Sandoval is walking off the field under his own power. very scary moment right there, but obviously a very positive sign to see Sandoval get up within a matter of maybe 2 minutes and walk off the field again under his own power. So Ryan Rollinger will come into play third, and he will bat fifth. And now we have a pinch hitter for the Cubs. And we'll see who this is. It's number 90, who is not on any of our rosters. Runners at first and third, and the Cubs have a 4-0 lead. Tashner to the belt. Kicks and delivers. The pitch is popped up. We'll try and find out who this is between innings. Right-handed batter lifts one in the air into right field. Caught by Torres, moving to his right. And his throw, trying to get Taguchi coming to the plate, is up along the third base side. And Taguchi scores easily standing up. Gathright moves up to second. And it's now 4-2 in favor of the, or sorry, now 5-0 in favor of the Chicago Cubs. So Taguchi scores. Up to second goes Gathright. And now for the fourth time this afternoon, the Cubs will go to the top of the order for Alfonso Soriano. And the first pitch on the way to Soriano is low and in, ball one, and the count is at 1 ball, no strikes. So we never saw an auxiliary roster of players up from minor league camp for the Cubs today, so we apologize to you. Do not have a list that has that particular player on it. 1 ball, no strikes the count. Soriano 2 for 3, and he swings and misses at a fastball from Tashner, strike one. And the count is at 1 ball and 1 strike. And Soriano hit the very first pitch he saw from Tim Lincecum, the bottom of the first over the left field wall here at Hohokam. 1 ball, 1 strike to count. Outfield deep and straight away. Laying the pitch to Soriano inside, ball 2, and the count is now at 2 balls and a strike. Ryan Dempster today, good job in his 5 innings. Allowed 4 hits, no runs. Dempster walked only 1 and struck out 4. The Giants have seen some good starting pitching the last couple of days. Saw Jeff Suppan with 5 shutout innings yesterday. 2-1 pitch grounded to short. Renneria backhand grab. Easy lob over to Guzman at first. And Soriano is out. The Cubs end up getting a run on a hit, and they leave one. We move to the 6th inning. Cubs 5, Giants nothing on sfgiants.com. Cubs make a bunch of changes as we go to the top of the sixth. Cubs 5 and the Giants nothing. And the new pitcher is Chad Godin. The new right fielder is the man who was the mystery pinch hitter in the fifth inning, and we finally got our hands on some of the guys up from minor league camp. That pinch hitter had the sacrifice fly, right-hand batter by the name of Brandon Geyer, capital G-U-Y-E-R, so that's who hit in the fifth. Edgar Renteria leads it off, and Chad Godin's first pitch is inside, ball 1-0. Renteria, Lewis, and Molina here in the sixth inning. So Geyer stays in the ball game to play right field as the pitch on the way to Renteria is inside for a ball 2-0. Looks like there's some other changes as well, and we'll try and get you caught up in a moment. But Godin, the new pitcher, and the right-hander winds at 2-0, and that floats in there for a strike on the outside corner. And the count is a 2 balls and a strike. Looks like there's a new left fielder, and I believe that is Dylan Johnston. So he comes in to play left field. Soriano comes out. The 2-1 on the way, and that's chopped foul over the Giants' third base dugout. And the count is a 2 balls and 2 strikes. Looks like the infield, for the most part, still the same. It looks like Gathright still out in center field for the Cubs. So those are the changes. A new right fielder, new left fielder, and a new pitcher. Godin kicks and delivers 2-2, and that's poked in the air into right field. Since Geyer going back, he won't get there. That ball's one hop to the wall, rolls onto the warning track, and Renteria with his black shirt tucked out of his back into second base with a stand-up double. So Renteria a double, and now he will depart. And Brian Bocock is going to pinch run for Edgar Renteria at second base. They'll make that change. By the way, Godin will bat sixth in Taguchi's spot. And Johnston, the new left fielder, will bat first. And now here is Lewis, so the pitch from Godin is a strike on the inside corner. And the count is at no balls and a strike for Chad Godin this spring. 2-1 ERA of over 10. It's 10.38. Fifth appearance and a second out of the pen. 1 ball, no strike pitch, and Lewis looks outside of the ball. And the count is at 2-0. 5 runs, 8 hits, no errors for the Cubs. No runs, 5 hits, and no errors for the Giants. Looks like both bullpens quiet right now. Bocock, the pinch runner at second base. Godin time with both the A's and Cubs last year, misses outside. That is ball 3, 3-0. Godin, 26 appearances with the Cubs or with the A's last year, started 6 games, was 5-3, and then went to the Cubs, was 4-2 there. Trade in which Godin, along with pitcher Rich Harden, came over to the Cubs. That's in pitcher Sean Gallagher and outfielder Matt Merton, infielder Eric Patterson over to the A's. 3-0 on the way to Lewis is a strike on the outside corner. 3-1. 3 balls and a strike to count. We just saw Matt Merton last week, now with the Rockies. 3-1. Lead at second base by Bocock. Godin's pitch, and that is outside to Lewis. Ball 4. So he draws a walk, and Godin allowed a double and now a walk in his first 2 batters here in the 6th. And now here is the catcher in Benji Molina. Cubs 5, Giants nothing. Here in the top of the 6th inning. And Ryan Rollinger now wetting on deck. Third baseman Ehrman back of the bag and off the line. And Godin from the first base side of the rubber delivers a fastball for a strike on the inside corner. 0-1. Talking about the World Baseball Classic. U.S. with a 6-5 win over Puerto Rico last night. Advancing to the Final 4, I guess you could say. The 0-1 pitch. Molina swinging a high fly ball in the deep left center. Drifting far to his left is Johnston. Dillon makes the catch. Tagging from second on his way to third is Bocock, and up to second is Lewis. So fly ball deep enough advances the runners. Bocock to third, Lewis to second now. Molina now 0 for 3, and here is Ryan Rollinger. So Rollinger, that inside the park home run yesterday to tie the game in the 8th. Well, this is too early in the game for Rollinger. He usually gets hot in the 8th or 9th inning. 3:13 for Rollinger, 4 homers, 10 RBIs for the month. And the pitch to Ryan, swing and a high fly ball to right center field. Gathright, the center fielder, far to his left in the right center field gap, makes the catch. Tagging from third is Bocock. He'll score standing up. To third goes Lewis. And the Giants are on the board now, 5-1 Cubs. So Rollinger is 11th RBI of spring, which is tops on the Giants. Lewis scampers to third. And now we're going to have a pinch hitter for Jack Tashner. And it's John Bowker. Meanwhile, Osiris Matos warming up for the Giants, and we will more than likely see him next inning. So here's Bowker to bat, and John takes a strike on the outside corner, 0-1. Bowker, 222 for the spring, 2 homers, 9 runs batted in. Godin delivers, and Bowker swings and misses at a curve. Strike 2 from Godin. No balls, 2 strikes. To the count. We mentioned tonight Venezuela and the U.S. will meet just for seeding purposes for next week's L.A. round. Swing by Bowker and a ground ball right up the middle and onto the center field, a base hit. Seeing that, Lewis will score from third standing up. So the Giants have gotten to go down for 2 runs here in the 6th inning. And it's now 5-2 Cubs. John Bowker has his 10th run batted in. So the 3 Giants with double digits in RBIs for the spring now: Bowker, Guzman, and Rollinger. And now Eugenio Velez will bat. Velez came into the ball game in the bottom of the 5th inning to take over in center for Aaron Rowan. And go down to the plate. And that swung on. Tapped towards second. Grabbed by Fontenot, and is throwing plenty of time to get Velez at first base. But the Giants in the 6th come up with a pair of runs on 2 hits. There were no errors and 1 runner left. We move to the bottom of the 6th from Mesa. Cubs 5 and the Giants 2 on sfgiants.com.
That's the sound of something big about to happen. And that's the sound of it happening as you watch from the lower deck. That's me, Aaron Rowan, diving for a catch. And that's me trying to get the grass stains off my uniform. Hey, the 09 season's almost here, so get your tickets now for all the sights and sounds of Giants baseball. Like the sounds of Fred Lewis rounding first. Lewis rounding second. Lewis turning a double into a triple. Yeah, don't forget the garlic fries.
Tickets to all the games you want to see are available right now, so get them before they're gone. Call 877-4SFG-TICKS or visit sfgiants.com to get your tickets today. That's 877-4SFG-TICKS or sfgiants.com. We're your San Francisco Giants. Let's play.
That's the sound of something big about to happen. And that's the sound of it happening as you watch from the lower deck. That's me, Aaron Rowan, diving for a catch. And that's me trying to get the grass stains off my uniform. Hey, the 09 season's almost here, so get your tickets now for all the sights and sounds of Giants baseball. Like the sounds of Fred Lewis rounding first. Lewis rounding second. And Lewis turning a double into a triple. Yeah, don't forget the garlic fries.
Tickets to all the games you want to see are available right now, so get them before they're gone. Call 877-4SFG-TICKS or visit sfgiants.com to get your tickets today. That's 877-4SFG-TICKS or sfgiants.com. We're your San Francisco Giants. Let's play.
Giants make a bunch of changes, moving to the bottom of the sixth. Cubs 5, Giants 2, and the new Giant pitcher, Osiris Matos, pours in a strike on the outside corner, 0-1 to Ryan Theriot. It'll be Theriot, Ederman, and Hoffpower, 2-3-4 to face the Dominican right-hander and Matos. Outfield medium depth straight away, and Theriot takes an off-speed pitch for a strike on the outside corner, 0-2. 5 runs, 8 hits, no errors for the Cubs. 2 runs, 6 hits, no errors for the Giants. Big hole in left center, and the pitch to Theriot, and that's poked in the air toward right. John Bowker in and to his left makes the catch. A good running catch by the new right fielder for the Giants, John Bowker. Theriot is out, 1 down. So John Bowker, after pinch hitting for Jack Tashner, stays in the game to play right field. We mentioned the new pitcher, Osiris Matos. He will bat third. The new catcher is Jackson Williams. He bats cleanup. Moving from right field to center field, Andres Torres. Moving from center field to left field, Eugenio Velez. Here is Esteban Ederman, and the right-handed batter fouls this one to the backstop. Strike 1, 0-1. Jack Tashner this afternoon for the Giants works an inning in the third. Gave up 1 hit, 1 run, which was earned. He walked 3 and did not strike anybody out. Ederman, a ground ball to short. Bocock up with it, and his throw to first gets Ederman 2 down. Here in the bottom of the 6th inning. Cubs 5, Giants 2. And now here's Micah Hoffpower. So again, Tashner inning in the third. 1 hit, 1 run, which was earned. Ended up walking 3 and did not strike anyone out. For Matos this spring, it's been a good one without a decision. 9th appearance all out of the bullpen. ERA at 1.13. Kicks and deals and a curve. Hoffpower well out in front of it. Swings and misses, strike 1. And the count is at no balls and a strike. Matos 6'1", 202 pounds. Into the big leagues for 20 games with the Giants last year. No balls and a strike to count. And the pitch on the way, and that swung on and lined to short, caught by Bocock, a step to his left. So they shaded Hoffpower perfectly. The infield was swung well around to the right, and Hoffpower hit it right into the teeth of that shift. Line drive caught by the shortstop Bocock, and the Cubs for the first time today go 1, 2, 3. We're through 6 from Mesa. Cubs 5, Giants 2 on sfgiants.com.
That's the sound of something big about to happen. And that's the sound of it happening as you watch from the lower deck. That's me, Aaron Rowan, diving for a catch. And that's me trying to get the grass stains off my uniform. Hey, the 09 season's almost here, so get your tickets now for all the sights and sounds of Giants baseball. Like the sounds of Fred Lewis rounding first. Lewis rounding second. And Lewis turning a double into a triple. Yeah, don't forget the garlic fries.
Tickets to all the games you want to see are available right now, so get them before they're gone. Call 877-4SFG-TICKS or visit sfgiants.com to get your tickets today. That's 877-4SFG-TICKS or sfgiants.com. We're your San Francisco Giants. Let's play.
The new Cubs pitcher is right-hander Luis Vizcaino. He will bat sixth. And the new Cubs shortstop is Andres Blanco, and he will bat second. On to the seventh, Cubs 5, Giants 2. Feel free to join us online. Giants Webcasts, plural on both. Giants Webcasts at AOL.com. And Emmanuel Burris to lead it off for Vizcaino. Without a decision this spring, sixth appearance, all out of the bullpen. ERA at 4.15. Emmanuel Burris leads it off. So it'll be Burris, Guzman, and then the top of the order for Torres. Third baseman and Herman on the lip of the grass. The first pitch to Burris is a breaking ball taken for a strike on the inside corner. And the count is at no balls and a strike. Outfield medium depth and straight away. Vizcaino will be 35 in early August. Long-time Oakland A farmhand. Made it to the big leagues with Oakland. Big league time with Milwaukee. Spent 3 years there. He's been with the White Sox, Diamondbacks, Yankees, Rockies, and now joins the Cubs. And the right-hander's pitch. Burris swings on a fly ball foul left side. Strike two. No balls, 2 strikes. Vizcaino stands 5'11", 210 pounds. Overall, 7 years in the big leagues. And came over from the Rockies, a deal that sent pitcher Jason Marquis over to Colorado. 5 runs, 8 hits, no errors for the Cubs. 2 runs, 6 hits, no errors for the Giants. Burris is 1 for 2. He has singled and flied to left. Vizcaino, the third Cubs pitcher today. Godin worked 1 inning for Chicago. The 0-2 pitch, and Burris looks at strike 3. A fastball, and Burris, I think, might have been expecting something a little softer there, and ended up backing away from that one and hit the inside corner. So he strikes out. First strikeout for Vizcaino, the first batter he sees. And here's Guzman. He is 1 for 1, single to right field, pinch hitting for Lincecum. Actually came in as part of a double switch, but single to right field in the fifth. Godin, 1 inning today, gave up 2 hits, 2 runs, both earned, 1 walk, no strikeouts. Now Guzman, and Jesus takes outside, ball 1. And the count is at no balls and a strike. Or 1 ball and no strikes. So Jesus Guzman making a bid to try and make the club. Not really sure what position the Giants have for him, though. The 1-0 pitch, and Guzman swings and misses at a big curve. Strike 1, and the count is at 1 ball and 1 strike. Guzman this spring has played a total of 7 innings in left field. He's primarily been at third base this spring, where he's played a total of 28 innings, and he's played about, including today, a total of 10 innings at first base. 1 ball, 1 strike pitch from Vizcaino, and that swung on and lined foul off the roof here, and caroms back down toward the walkway near the box seats. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Our best thoughts today go out to Brett Boone of the Houston Astros. The infielder announced today that he is going to have to miss this season to correct a heart condition. The 1-2 from Vizcaino, and that's high to Guzman, ball 2. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Boone will undergo a procedure this week to correct a condition that he's had since college that involves the aorta and aortic valve. Now, doctors say that this is not an emergency procedure, but obviously an extremely important one. The 2-2, Guzman swings and drives this one high in the air into left center field, drifting far to his left, gapped right, and this ball is going to carry out of here. Another home run for Jesus Guzman. And it's now 5-3 Cubs. Guzman his 4th home run of the spring, which matches Ryan Rollinger for most on the Giants. Guzman now 11 RBIs, which also match Rollinger. Back-to-back days, which Jesus Guzman has homered. That ball just kept right on carrying on into the grassy berm in left center. Now here is Andres Torres, top of the Giants order, up for the 4th time now, but it's the first time for Torres. And he takes a strike on the inside corner. And the count is at no balls and a strike. Torres 455 for the spring with a homer and 3 RBIs, and he fouls this one to the backstop. 0-2. Going back to Aaron Boone. He had a physical in February, and the doctors had noticed this. And Boone went on to say that the doctors thought that they could delay the corrective surgery because of some variations in his condition. But now the doctors have said you better take care of it sooner than later. Pitch to Torres, swinging a high fly ball down the right field line. Hoffpower going out for it, and the ball lands foul. And the count is at no balls and 2 strikes. Now this is expected to sideline Boone for the season. Said that the recovery time is likely several months. But Boone said he might not ever play baseball again. Well, he's had a great career, and obviously this overshadows everything for Boone, who, in the overall scheme of things, as Torres rips one foul into the Cubs' first base dugout. Count holds at 0-2. Boone is only 36, which for baseball standards is old or veteran-like. The overall scheme of life is a very, very young man. And this is Boone's first year with Houston. Spent last year with Washington. He's had a very good career, 11 seasons in the big leagues. The 0-2 on the way to Torres, pitched down and in on a weak swing and a miss for strike 3, and he is out. Second strikeout for Vizcaino. 2 away here in the top of the 7th. Cubs 5, Giants 3. Again, feel free to join us online. Giants Webcasts at AOL.com. You can email us or instant message us. Giants Webcasts at AOL.com. Well, Aaron Boone, certainly the most significant home run he's ever hit, I think safe to say, was the pennant-winning home run when he was with the Yankees back in 2003 to beat the Boston Red Sox. That 11th inning home run in Game 7 off Tim Wakefield. First pitch on the way to Brian Bocock. His first at bat today is taken inside, ball 1. 1 ball, no strikes. Bocock 333 for the spring, no homers, 2 RBIs. The 0-1 to Brian, low outside, ball 1. And the count is at 1 ball and 1 strike. So Boone, the second Astro this spring to have a heart-like condition. Mike Hampton, now back with the Astros, had to go back to Houston earlier this spring to have an irregular heartbeat checked. The 1-1 on the way, curve to Bocock. Swung on a missed strike, 2, 1-2. And things went well for Hampton, came right back to Florida. Now the Astros, they're not really a whole lot that has gone right for Houston this spring. They are 1-14 for the Houston Astros. The 1-2 on the way. Off-speed pitch outside to Bocock, taking ball 2, 2-2. That's right. The Astros are 1-14 in spring training. It's a good thing that it's spring training, but Astros manager Cecil Cooper is saying, we do need to win, even if it's spring. The 2-2 to Bocock outside 3-2. I know that sounds like an obvious statement. Now, there's some manager who will say, hey, you know what, it's spring training, and individually I'm pleased with a bunch of the players, and obviously the group that we play toward the end of the games is not the group that we're going to do a lot of battle with during the regular season. But the record 1-14 is still next to the name Houston Astros. 3 ball, 2 strike pitch to Bocock. Strike 3 called on the outside corner, and he is out, trying to sneak down to first base. So Vizcaino, despite allowing the home run to Guzman, strikes out the side. A run for the Giants and a hit. Nobody left. Stretch time from Hohokam. Cubs 5, Giants 3 on sfgiants.com.
That's the sound of something big about to happen. And that's the sound of it happening as you watch from the lower deck. That's me, Aaron Roan, diving for a catch. And that's me trying to get the grass stains off my uniform. Hey, the 09 season's almost here, so get your tickets now for all the sights and sounds of Giants baseball. Like the sounds of Fred Lewis rounding first. Lewis rounding second. Lewis turning a double into a triple. Yeah, don't forget the garlic fries.
Tickets to all the games you want to see are available right now, so get them before they're gone. Call 877-4SFG-TICKS or visit sfgiants.com to get your tickets today. That's 877-4SFG-TICKS or sfgiants.com. We're your San Francisco Giants. Let's play.
I don't think we ever get tired of hearing that, whether it be at Wrigley Field or at Hohokam Park. Bottom of the seventh inning, always a tradition, not just in not just baseball in general, but specifically at Wrigley Field. Stretch time here, Cubs 5 and the Giants 3. The new Giants pitcher is former Cub Bobby Howry. The new second baseman is Nick Noonan. Very highly touted infielder in the Giants system. And once we receive the batting order, we will get that to you. Cyrus Montos, another good inning of relief for him. One perfect inning with all zeros. So now on to Bobby Howry. And this spring, ERA at 2.57 without a decision. Seventh appearance, all out of the bullpen with one save. Faces Mike Fontenot. Then the pitcher's spot, and after that, Paul Bacco, 5-6-7. And the first pitch from Howry is outside, ball one. And the count is at 1 ball and no strikes. Howry has spent the last 3 years with the Cubs, so obviously familiar with a guy like Fontenot. Howry, 72 games all out of the bullpen last year for Chicago. 1 ball, no strike pitch, and Fontenot a big swing and a pop-up foul left side, strike one. And the count is at 1 ball and 1 strike. Howry spent much of his career in Chicago, whether it be parts of 5 seasons with the Cubs or parts of 5 seasons with the White Sox or all 3 full seasons with the Cubs. 1 ball, 1 strike pitch. Fontenot a swing and a fly ball in the left center field. Back and to his left is Eugenio Velez, and looking into that desert sky, he makes the catch. 1 down. Fontenot now 2 for 4. A couple of singles and an RBI for Fontenot today. Now we're going to have a pinch hitter, and it's the newly signed Corey Koski, veteran, who will pinch hit for the Chicago Cubs. Now, Koski, this is his second game with the Cubs this spring. 1 for 2 with a double. Let go by the Blue Jays a few days ago, and now picked up by the Cubs. Played on Team Canada in the World Baseball Classic, and the pitch to Koski is a strike on the outside corner. And the count is at no balls and a strike. Koski medium, or outfield plays Koski medium depth and straight away. And the pitch upcoming, swing and a chopper towards second, grabbed right around his cleats by Nick Noonan. And his throw gets Koski, the former Blue Jay and Twin, and Brewer. So 2 down here in the bottom of the 7th. And now here is Paul Bacco. Paid crowd today, 13,024. See the Cubs and Giants. That is an all-time record for a single game here at Hohokam Park. Keep in mind, capacity here is 13,100. But today almost that, 13,024 when you include all the folks sitting on the grassy berm. The first pitch on the way to Bacco, low inside, ball 1, and the count is at 1 ball and no strikes. Infield swung well around to the right. Third baseman Rollinger back of the bag and well off the line. Outfield straight away, not terribly deep for Bacco, and Bobby Howery kicks and delivers, and Bacco takes outside for a ball. And the count is at 1 ball and 1 strike. Tomorrow we will see the Chicago White Sox. We'll see the White Sox the next couple of days. Tomorrow in Scottsdale. And then we'll see them in Glendale on Friday. 2 ball, no strike pitch, and Bacco swings, grounds one right up the middle and on in the center field, a base hit. So Bacco now 1 for 4, has his first hit this afternoon. And now here is the center fielder, Joey Gathright. In both games, we will be on the web approximately at 12:55 Pacific time. Matt Cain will pitch tomorrow for the Giants, John Danks for the White Sox. And then Friday, Barry Zito for the Giants, Jose Contreras for the White Sox. So now Gathright. He is 2 for 2, a couple of singles, a walk and a run scored. Small lead at first base by Bacco. And Howery kicks and delivers from the set curve. Big swing and a miss, strike 1. And the count is at no balls and a strike. Howery grew up here in the Phoenix area. 6'5", 220 pounds. Closing in on 10 years in the big leagues. And as most of you know, finally will get the pitch for the Giants when it's official. Despite having been a Giant farmhand for several seasons, at the beginning of his pro career, the 0-1 is loading after ball 1, 1-1. Howery made it as high as AA Shreveport for a couple of years with the Giants in the mid-90s. Drafted in the 5th round of 94 by the Giants and then was sent to the White Sox, part of that big trade in 97 that moved Wilson Alvarez, Roberto Hernandez, and Danny Darwin to San Francisco. The 1-1 to Gathright, popped up foul left side, strike 2. 1 ball, 2 strikes. With Brandon Geyer, the right fielder, waiting on deck. Another beautiful afternoon here at Hohokam Park. 31st year in which the Cubs have trained in Mesa. A 1 ball, 2 strike pitch, and Gathright pokes this one in the air into center field. Back a few steps, Torres, the former Iowa Cub. Andres Torres makes the catch. And the Cubs are out of the 7th. A hit, a man left. Scoreless 7th for Howery. On to the 8th. Cubs 5, Giants 3 on sfgiants.com.
That's the sound of something big about to happen. And that's the sound of it happening as you watch from the lower deck. That's me, Aaron Rowan, diving for a catch. And that's me trying to get the grass stains off my uniform. Hey, the 09 season's almost here, so get your tickets now for all the sights and sounds of Giants baseball. Like the sounds of Fred Lewis rounding first. Lewis rounding second. Lewis turning a double into a triple. Yeah, don't forget the garlic fries.
Tickets to all the games you want to see are available right now, so get them before they're gone. Call 877-4SFG-TIX.
You've got mail.
SFGiants.com to get your tickets today. That's 877-4SFG-TIX or SFGiants.com. We're your San Francisco Giants. Let's play.
Cubs make several changes as we go to the top of the 8th. Cubs 5, Giants 3. A new battery for the Cubs. Kevin Hart is the new pitcher. The new catcher is Mark Johnson. And the new second baseman is Bobby Scales. Those are the changes for Chicago. 5 runs, 9 hits, no errors for the Cubs. 3 runs, 7 hits, and no errors for the Giants. Nick Noonan will lead it off. So Noonan batting third. And the pitcher Howry is batting 8th. So Nick Noonan, who's had one at bat this spring, very highly touted second baseman. Noonan 0 for 1, left-handed batter. Outfield medium depth straight away, and he takes inside from Hart, ball 1, 1-0. I say Noonan 0 for 1. He's 0 for 1 this spring. Sandwich picked by the Giants, 30, meaning that's the special round in the draft between the first and second rounds. 32nd round pick overall just 2 years ago. The 1-0 to Noonan, outside 2-0, grew up in San Diego. Drafted out of Francis Parker High there, and last year at Augusta in low A ball, 279, 9 homers, 68 runs batted in, at 139 hits. 2-ball, no strike pitch, and he takes low inside from Hart, ball 3. And the count is now at 3 balls and no strikes. Nick Noonan, part of that class with Madison Bumgardner and Tim Alderson, and Noonan right up there amongst the top prospects in the system. Noonan, not really a power guy, but a very good contact hitter. The 3-0, and he takes down the middle, strike 1. 3 balls and a strike. But pretty good speed. Noonan, total of 29 steals last year and 33 attempts. It's really a shortstop in high school, but the Giants have made him into a second baseman. 3-ball, 1-strike pitch, and he swings, hits one on one hop to second base, knocked down by Bobby Scales. And the University of Michigan alum throws the half-hour at first to retire Noonan. 1 out. Top of the 8th. Cubs 5, Giants 3. And now here is the catcher in Jackson Williams for Kevin Hart, native of Cleveland. Spent a good chunk of last year with the Cubs. 21 games, was 2-2. Primarily was at AAA Iowa. The first pitch on the way to Williams is a strike on the outside corner, 0-1. Hart 6'4", 220 pounds. Again, born in Cleveland, but grew up in the Dallas area. Played his college baseball at the University of Maryland. The 0-1 on the way is inside for a ball. And the count is at 1 ball and 1 strike. Originally was in the Orioles system. And then the deal that's in Freddie Bynum, the former A to the Orioles from the Cubs. Hart came over to Chicago. The 1-1 curve swung on a missed strike 2. And the count is at 2 balls and 2 strikes. Kevin Hart, 2007 Cubs minor league pitcher of the year, was 10-1. Breaking ball outside, ball 2, 2-2. Was 10-1 over his last 17 outings that year. Let me clarify that, and then that earned him a call up to Chicago. 2 balls, 2 strikes the count to Jackson Williams, second Giant catcher of the afternoon. Came in after Molina. Williams 2 for 4 this spring, right-handed batter out of the University of Oklahoma. 2-2 pitch, and he swings and misses at a high fastball for strike 3, and he is out. So 2 down, and now here is Ryan Rollinger, who, with Jackson Williams, teammates at Oklahoma for 2 seasons. Rollinger came in to play third after Pablo Sandoval was hit off a batted ball. It was Joey Gathright who hit one sharply off the nose of Sandoval, and Pablo went face down immediately to the ground, but got up a couple of minutes later and was able to walk off under his own power. Obviously had a trainer with him, but was able to get up on his own, and it looked like at the very worst a bloodied nose. The 1-0 from Hart, high leg kick, and Rollinger swings and Pops this one up foul, right side. And the count is at 1 ball and 1 strike. 5 runs, 9 hits, no errors for the Cubs. 3 runs, 7 hits, and no errors for the Giants. We're talking about the strange scheduling this year. Giants playing just 2 games at Wrigley all season. And then the Cubs don't even come to San Francisco until September 24th. The 1-1 to Rollinger popped softly in the air down the right field line and out of play. And the count is at 1 ball and 2 strikes. Well, there's always an imbalance in the schedule of a National League Central team coming late in the year to San Francisco. A couple years ago, the Reds didn't come to San Francisco until late September. Last year, the Pirates didn't come to San Francisco until early September. 1 ball, 2 strike offering, and Williams takes outside, ball 2. And the count is at 2-2. All right, I'm already going to mark that series down. That's going to be a huge series for both teams. Cubs and Giants, late September. 2 ball, 2 strike pitch. Fastball, strike 3 called on the outside corner to, I said Williams, to Rollinger. Rollinger caught looking. Williams struck out the batter before. So Rollinger is out. Have to get my Oklahoma Sooners right. 1, 2, 3 go the Giants against Hart in the 8th through 7.5. Cubs 5, Giants 3 on sfgiants.com.
That's the sound of something big about to happen. And that's the sound of it happening as you watch from the lower deck. That's me, Aaron Rowan, diving for a catch. And that's me trying to get the grass stains off my uniform. Hey, the 09 season's almost here, so get your tickets now for all the sights and sounds of Giants baseball. Like the sounds of Fred Lewis rounding first. Lewis rounding second. And Lewis turning a double into a triple. Yeah, don't forget the garlic fries.
Tickets to all the games you want to see are available right now, so get them before they're gone. Call 877-4SFG-TIX or visit sfgiants.com to get your tickets today. That's 877-4SFG-TIX or sfgiants.com. We're your San Francisco Giants. Let's play.
We go to the bottom of the 8th inning. Cubs 5 and the Giants 3. The new Giants pitcher is right-hander Brian Wilson. He will bat 8th. Bobby Howry went 1 inning, gave up 1 hit. All zeros around that. And he will face Brandon Geyer to lead it off. Big right-handed batter. And the first pitch to Geyer from Wilson, a strike on the inside corner, 0-1. Wilson this spring without a decision. He has yet to allow a run in his 6 appearances, a total of 6 innings, in which he has struck out 5 in that span. No balls and a strike to count to Geyer up from minor league camp. And Brandon is swinging a foul ball right side toward the luxury boxes. And the count is at no balls and 2 strikes to Brandon Geyer, who delivered a sacrifice fly back in the 5th inning. Outfield medium depth and straight away. And Brian Wilson ready to go. Geyer from the University of Virginia takes high from Wilson, the LSU product. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Geyer, mentioned big right-handed batter, 6'1", 216 pounds, spent all of last year in the Midwest League at Peoria. 14 homers there and 38 RBIs. 5th round pick by the Cubs in 07. The 1-2 pitch is low ball 2, 2-2. Geyer, born in the Philadelphia area in Westchester, Pennsylvania, now lives in the D.C. area in Herndon, Virginia. So it'll be Geyer, Johnston. Geyer then the top of the order for Johnston, and then Andres Blanco. 2 balls, 2 strikes. And again, Brian Wilson's pitch, and Geyer swings and stays alive. Taps 1 foul to play. And the count holds it 2 balls and 2 strikes to Brandon Geyer. In outfield, medium depth. And the 2 ball, 2 strike pitch, and Geyer takes a fastball inside, ball 3. And the count is now at 3 balls and 2 strikes to Brandon Geyer, who had, during his time at Virginia, had dislocated his left shoulder in a home plate collision in a NCAA tournament game. 3 ball, 2 strike pitch, and he swings and lines this one to left. Velez broke back, now comes in and makes a belt high catch. So Geyer is out, 1 down. And now for the 4th time this afternoon, Chicago will go to the top of the order, but it's for the first time for Dylan Johnston. Cubs 5, Giants 3. For Johnston, who like Geyer spent last year at Peoria, the Midwest League, 288, 15 home runs, 50 RBIs. Johnston, 22 years old. And a pitch to Dylan is a strike on the outside corner, 0-1. Actually, he'll be 22 next week. A week from today, March 25th. Grew up right down the block. Grew up in Chandler, Arizona. 4th round pick by the Cubs in 2005. Was drafted as an infielder. Swings and grounds 1 foul. First base side, strike 2, 0-2. But recently converted to the outfield. So no balls and 2 strikes to count to Dylan Johnston. Outfield medium depth and straight away. And the pitch, Johnston reaches for this one and pops it up foul left side. And the count holds at no balls and 2 strikes. Many, of course, feel the Cubs are going to be right up there again. Won the division the last couple of years in the National League Central. No ball, 2 strike pitch, and Johnson a swing and a foul to the backstop. No balls, 2 strikes. And then we're quickly disposed of in the first round via the Los Angeles Dodgers in the divisional series. The first time since 1908 in which the Cubs had gone to the playoffs in back-to-back years. Of course, 1908, the last year the Cubs won a World Series. The 0-2 pitch, and that's tapped foul to play. And the count holds at no balls and 2 strikes. Cubs in those days went to the World Series for 3 straight years, 1906 through 1908. Won the World Series in 07 and 08, but couldn't three-peat, and haven't done anything since in terms of the World Series win. Swinging a ground ball, Slaya toward short, charged by Bocock, throws on the run, and he gets Dylan Johnston 2 down. Here in the bottom of the 8th inning, Cubs 5, Giants 3. And now here is Andres Blanco, Cubs shortstop. He will bat for the first time this afternoon. Blanco spent all of last year at Iowa, native of Venezuela. Does have big league time with Kansas City. So invited to spring training as a non-roster player for the 2nd straight year. 5 runs, 9 hits, no errors for the Cubs. 3 runs, 7 hits, no errors for the Giants. And Brian Wilson to the plate, and that swung on and grounded through the hole between first and second and onto the right field. A base hit. Good effort by Nick Noonan, the second baseman, diving for that one, but moving to his left, couldn't get it. So Andres Blanco has a single to right, and now here is Esteban Herman. So the Cubs just went a full century without a World Series win. They've not been to the World Series. I say World Series win, meaning a World Championship. Cubs have not been to the World Series since 1945. And the Giants were a part of that back in 1989, making sure the Cubs didn't go to the World Series. It's hard to believe that's coming up on 20 years. Third baseman Rollinger back of the bag and off the line. Herman, the former A and Royal, takes a pitch out from Wilson, ball one. And the count is at 1 ball and no strikes. But the Cubs ought to be pretty well stacked in the pitching department. Not really all sides of the game. Whenever you're anchored by a guy like Carlos Zambrano and then Ted Lilly. Pitch to Herman, swinging a ground ball past the mound, but up with it, the second baseman Noonan moving to his right. And he steps on second to force Blanco. 4 unassisted on the force. And that ends the 8th. The hit, a man left through 8 from Mesa. Cubs 5, Giants 3 on sfgiants.com.
That's the sound of something big about to happen. And that's the sound of it happening as you watch from the lower deck. That's me, Aaron Rowan, diving for a catch. And that's me trying to get the grass stains off my uniform. Hey, the 09 season's almost here, so get your tickets now for all the sights and sounds of Giants baseball. Like the sounds of Fred Lewis rounding first. Lewis rounding second. And Lewis turning a double into a triple. Yeah, don't forget the garlic fries.
Tickets to all the games you want to see are available right now, so get them before they're gone. Call 877-4SFG-TIX or visit sfgiants.com to get your tickets today. That's 877-4SFG-TIX or sfgiants.com. We're your San Francisco Giants. Let's play.
That's the sound of something big about to happen. And that's the sound of it happening as you watch from the lower deck. That's me, Aaron Rowan, diving for a catch. And that's me trying to get the grass stains off my uniform. Hey, the 09 season's almost here, so get your tickets now for all the sights and sounds of Giants baseball. Like the sounds of Fred Lewis rounding first. Lewis rounding second. And Lewis turning a double into a triple. Yeah, don't forget the garlic fries.
Tickets to all the games you want to see are available right now, so get them before they're gone. Call 877-4SFG-TIX or visit sfgiants.com to get your tickets today. That's 877-4SFG-TIX or sfgiants.com. We're your San Francisco Giants. Let's play.
Last chance for the Giants, top of the 9th. Cubs 5, Giants 3. And the new Cubs pitcher, Jose Ascanio, on to pitch to John Bowker in a tapper foul down the first base side, strike 1-0-1. 6, 7, and 8 for the Giants. Bowker, Velez in the pitcher's spot. Ascanio will bat 6th in the Cubs order, native of the Dominican Republic. Jose Ascanio, fastball to Bowker, tap foul up along first, strike 2. And the count is at no balls and 2 strikes. Well, let me correct that. Ascanio from Venezuela. He'll be 24 in early May. Came over from Atlanta. Fielded some pitcher Will Oman and Omar Infante over to the Braves. Ascanio, big league time with Atlanta in 07, and then last year with the Cubs got into 6 games. This is low to Bowker, ball 1-1-2. Bowker pinch hit single to center back in the 6th inning. 5-10-0 for the Cubs, 3-7-0 for the Giants. And Ascanio ready to go again, deals, and Bowker takes low, ball 2. And the count is now at 2 balls and 2 strikes. I'm talking about the Cubs and their pitching rotation, and Carlos Zambrano, Ted Lilly, Ryan Dempster, Rich Harden, and then Aaron Heilman. Sean Marshall battle for that 5th spot, and that'll be a good rotation. 2-2 to Bowker, popped up foul left side. And the count holds at 2 balls and 2 strikes. The Cubs will be right up there through the thick of things, or at least should be. Again, 2 balls, 2 strikes. And the pitch from Ascanio, and that's lifted foul again by Bowker left side. And the count holds it 2 balls and 2 strikes. And last season, the Cubs won the National League Central by 7.5 games. The year before, won the Central by 2 games. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Ascanio deals, and Bowker swinging a pop-up left side over near the Giants' dugout, and the catcher Johnson watches the ball land on top of the Giant dugout and bounce further into the stands. And the count is at 2 balls and 2 strikes. Two and 2 the count to John Bowker, and obviously that will be an interesting situation for Bowker where he will end up starting the season. He's had a pretty good spring. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Ascanio again deals curve. Hit toward first. Snagged by Hoffpower. Backhand grab. Back of the bag, and he'll take it to the bag for the unassisted out. 1 down. Good play by Micah Hoffpower. And here is the center fielder, Eugenio Velez. For Velez, he is 0 for 1, grounded to second base in the 6th inning. Juan Uribe has grabbed a bat. Looks like he'll hit for Brian Wilson. Both bullpens quiet right now. In on the grass at third is Aramon, and Velez swings and drives this one high in the air, deep to right field. Back goes Geyer to the wall, and he can't get it. The ball lands at the base of the wall. Velez turning on the burners, touches second. He is on his way to third. He'll make it easily with a slide. Eugenio Velez coming within a few feet of a home run, but instead will settle for a triple. And Eugenio Velez, that is his first 3-base hit. Well, let me correct that, his second 3-base hit of spring. Fred Lewis leads the Giants in triples this spring with 3. So now Juan Uribe, the tying run, longtime White Sox, will bat. So pinch hit for Brian Wilson. Velez from third, and the pitch to Uribe is a strike on the inside corner. No balls and a strike for Juan Uribe. 257 this spring, with a homer and 6 runs batted in. On deck the top of the order, or on deck the number 9 batter, and Jesus Guzman. Pitch to Uribe, big swing and a pop-up foul right side, strike 2, 0-2. No balls and a strike to count to Juan Uribe. Wearing his great pants all the way up to his knees. Lead at third by Velez, takes it in foul territory, and Uribe swings and lines this one onto the left field, and he has himself a base hit. And Velez will score easily from third, standing up. And here come the Giants, 5-4 now in favor of the Cubs. So the Giants, who again had some dramatics last few games, or several games during spring training, including yesterday, and now it's Guzman who delivered the game-winning home run in the bottom of the 9th yesterday, and well, he has a chance right here as the go-ahead run to do similar damage. Giants at one time down 5-0, pieced together 2 in the 6th, 1 in the 7th, 1 in the 9th. So now Jesus Guzman, who homered his last time, swings here and pops this one up. This will not leave the yard. Out in the shallow center, and out goes the second baseman, and Bobby Scales, and he reaches up at the last minute to make the catch. Well, never had any danger of leaving the yard. I never said that it didn't have the possibility of falling in, but Guzman, a single, a homer, now a pop-up to second. 2 out. Uribe holds it first, and for the 5th time now, San Francisco will go to the top of its order for the center fielder, Andres Torres. Second time he's been at the plate. He is 0 for 1, struck out swinging in the 7th. Uribe at first. Tying run, and the pitch to Torres, low and in, ball 1, 1-0. Now this is a save situation for Ascanio. Although certainly not during the season will he be expected to pitch in this role. And you have Marmol, the expected closer. Ascanio deals, and that's swung on by Torres. A fastball misses. Strike one. 1 ball, 1 strike. Torres and Ascanio certainly familiar with one another. Both were teammates at AAA Iowa for much of last year. 1 ball, 1 strike to count. Uribe a small lead at first. Hoff Power holds him on. Torres swings, drives this one toward left center field, and that is going to fall on one hop in front of the center fielder, Gathright. A base hit. Up to second is Uribe. He'll stop there standing up, but Andres Torres keeps the game going with a single to center. And here comes Cubs pitching coach Larry Rothschild. And we're going to have a pinch hitter for Brian Bocock, and it's going to be Buster Posey. Now, again, the Giants making things interesting here in the 9th inning. Each team down with 10 hits. And Gathright a good job there. That was a ball I didn't really think he had any chance of getting, and he knew that. And sometimes you'll see a guy try and be a hero and make a dive, and if that ball were to have gotten past Gathright, the Giants would have tied the game. Maybe worse, or better for the Giants, that is. Torres, with his speed, could have circled the bases, and then Lou Piniella might have literally had gone out to center field to pull Gathright off the field if Gathright had tried anything spectacular in a spring training game. And when you're Gathright and you're trying to make the team as a 5th outfielder, he did the right thing right there. So now Posey can give the Giants the lead or tie it, and he takes high ball 1. 1 ball, no strikes. Cubs 5, Giants 4. Top of the 9th, 2 out. Posey for the spring, and even 400. Posey 6 hits and 15 at bats with a homer. And Buster does have 6 runs batted in. And the 1-0 pitch to Posey, low outside, ball 2. 2-0 now, with Nick Noonan waiting on deck. Now Posey up in if there is ever such a thing in the spring training game, a critical moment. Outfield has to come in a few steps in case of a play at the plate. 2-0 pitch. Posey takes a strike right down the middle. 2-1. Uribe at second. Torres at first. Torres is the faster of the 2 runners. Shadows from the third base light standard coming into effect between third and short right now. Some shadows creeping across the warning track near the Giants' third base dugout. Fastball to Posey, runs inside and hits him. Like they got him near his side, left side, which is exposed to the pitcher for a right-handed batter. So that moves Uribe to third. Torres up to second. Posey hit with a pitch to first. And now quite a spot for the young Nick Noonan. Cubs 5, Giants 4. Top of the 9th, bases loaded. Noonan swings and pops this one up. Back of the plate. Johnson over near the screen and runs out of room. That keeps the game going. And the count is at no balls and a strike. And Noonan born May 4th of 1989. He's 19 years old. How long ago was that? Well, it doesn't seem all that long ago. May 4th of 1989. Mike Krukow was the winning pitcher that day for the Giants. The 0-1 to Noonan, low and in. Ball 1, and the count is at 1 ball and 1 strike. Runner at third base. Uribe. Torres at second. And Posey at first. On deck, Jackson Williams. Noonan grounded to second his first time, but he takes low and in from Ascanio, ball 2, 2-1. Cubs have a left-hander warming up. And I believe that's Jason Waddell, Waddell, I should say, a former Giant farmhand. 2 balls and a strike. Runners again lead at every base, and the pitch to Noonan. Swing and a high, deep drive right field. This ball is going, and this ball is a grand slam for Nick Noonan. Now, 19-year-old Nick Noonan clears the bases with a grand slam with 2 out on the top of the 9th. A 5-run 9th for the Giants, who lead it now 8-5, and here's Jackson Williams, and he swings and misses at a high fastball, strike 1-0-1. So more 9th inning dramatic home runs for the Giants this spring. The 0-1 on the way, and that swung on and tapped toward third. Back of the bag, Ehrman up with it, long through across the Hoffpauir, gets Jackson Williams. And that retires the Giants in the 9th. And Cub fans don't care if it's spring training. The Boo Birds are out here in Mesa. 5 runs in the 9th for the Giants. The grand slam by Noonan. 4 hits. No errors, and nobody left. Last chance now for the Cubs. We go to the bottom of the 9th. It's the Giants 8 and the Cubs 5 on sfgiants.com.
And that's the sound of it happening as you watch from the lower deck. That's me, Aaron Rowan, diving for a catch. And that's me trying to get the grass stains off my uniform. Hey, the 09 season's almost here, so get your tickets now for all the sights and sounds of Giants baseball. Like the sounds of Fred Lewis rounding first. Lewis rounding second. And Lewis turning a double into a triple. Yeah, don't forget the garlic fries.
Tickets to all the games you want to see are available right now, so get them before they're gone. Call 877-4SFG-TIX or visit sfgiants.com to get your tickets today. That's 877-4SFG-TIX or sfgiants.com. We're your San Francisco Giants. Let's play.
That's the sound of something big about to happen. And that's the sound of it happening as you watch from the lower deck. That's me, Aaron Rowan, diving for a catch. And that's me trying to get the grass stains off my uniform. Hey, the 09 season's almost here, so get your tickets now for all the sights and sounds of Giants baseball. Like the sounds of Fred Lewis rounding first. Lewis rounding second. Lewis turning a double into a triple. Yeah, don't forget the garlic fries.
Tickets to all the games you want to see are available right now, so get them before they're gone. Call 877-4SFG-TIX or visit sfgiants.com to get your tickets today. That's 877-4SFG-TIX or sfgiants.com. We're your San Francisco Giants. Let's play.
Bottom of the 9th, last chance for the Cubs. Giants 8, Cubs 5. The new Giants pitcher is Jose Ascanio. Let's try that again. That's the Cubs pitcher. The new Giants pitcher is Waldis Joaquin. And he faces Micah Hoffpauir to lead it off, and he takes high ball 1-1-0. Juan Uribe stays in the game to play shortstop as Hoffpauir takes outside, ball 2-2-0. Joaquin will bat second. So it'll be Hoffpauir, Scales, and then the pitcher's spot, 4, 5, and 6, as Joaquin misses outside, ball 3. 3-0 now to Micah Hoffpauir. Joaquin, native of the Dominican Republic, kicks and delivers off speed pitch, taken for a strike on the outside corner. And the count is now at 3 balls and a strike. Off power has been in from the start. He's 1 for 3 with a triple and a run scored, and he takes a breaking ball for a strike on the outside corner. And the count is at 3-2 to Hoffpower, the Cubs' 2008 Minor League Player of the Year. Joaquin deals, and Hoffpower swings and misses at a fastball in the outer half of the plate for strike 3, and he is out. 1 down, and now here is Bobby Scales, who will bat for the first time today. Scales, a guy who's been around the block a little bit. For the University of Michigan alum. And Scales, 286 for the spring. No homers, and he does have 7 runs batted in. And Joaquin's first pitch outside, ball 1. 1 ball, no strikes. Scales, who has never been to the big leagues. Joaquin's 1-0, and that is outside, ball 2, 2-0. Scales spent all last year AAA Iowa. He's been in the Red Sox system, the Phillies chain, long time in the Padres system. Grew up in the Atlanta area. Scales, 31 years old, will be 32 in early October. The breaking ball taken for a strike on the outside corner, 2-1. For Waldis Joaquin, 7th appearance, all out of the bullpen. ERA at 1.29. Born on Christmas in 1983. Swing by Scales and a drive into right field, a base hit, and that's going to carry all the way to the wall. Picked up on the warning track by Bowker. And in the second with a stand-up double is Scales. And now we're going to have a pinch hitter for Jose Ascanio, and it's Jake Fox. Joaquin, by the way, born on Christmas in 1986. Let me correct that. So Scales at second, and now Jake Fox will pinch hit. Giants 8, Cubs 5. Here in the bottom of the 9th inning, and Joaquin to the plate, and Fox swings and drives this one in the right center field, a base hit. Mike Quaddy will wave Scales to the plate, and he'll come around to score easily, standing up to make it now 8-6. Giants. Well, Jake Fox, former 3rd-round pick by the Cubs, who, like Scales, went to the University of Michigan, has himself an RBI. And now the veteran catcher, and Mark Johnson, will bat for the first time today. And he'll represent the tying run. Brian Wilson for the Giants today went 1 inning, 1 hit, and all zeros after that. And now Mark Johnson, left-handed batter. Infield swung around to the right, and Waldis Joaquin kicks and delivers, and Johnson swings and laces this one toward left center. Torres to his right has to play it on a hop, and a base hit for Mark Johnson. Well, he has his first hit for the longtime White Sox, brief time with the A's, brief time with the Brewers. Last year, brief appearance with the Cardinals. Here comes Dave Righetti, the Giants pitching coach. So after Joaquin struck out Hoffpower to open the bottom of the 9th, the double by Scales, an RBI single by Fox, a single by Johnson. 13 hits for the Cubs. What a 9th inning we've had here this afternoon. Giants 8, Cubs 6. Looks like there is some action on the Giants bullpen. The bullpen's here behind the right field wall. They're not down the lines. The Cubs bullpen is first, and then just a level behind the Cubs bullpen is the Giants pen. Mentioned the former Giant farmhand Waddell getting loose, a lefty. Giants have a right-hander warming up. So now Gathright, the winning run, takes low inside from Joaquin, ball 1. 1 ball, no strikes. Looks like right-hander Felix Romero getting loose. Giants again with some players up from minor league camp today, although the Giants minor league games have begun over at Indian School Park. Outfield in a few steps for Gathright, and he swings and misses at a high fastball. Strike 1, 1-1. Gathright and Hoffpower, the lone 2 Cubs who have started, still in the game. Gathright 2 for 3. He's walked, singled twice, stolen a base, and has scored. Geyer's spot is on deck, but it looks like Aaron Miles, Bay Area native, has grabbed the bat. 1 ball, 1 strike pitch. Gathright swings, chops one to short. Uribe up with it. Underhand toss to Noonan, second for 1, back to first. Not nearly in time to get the speedy Gathright. But the Giants do get the second out. 6-4 on the force at second. Gathright, the tying run now, becomes the base runner at first. And now Aaron Miles, who grew up in the East Bay in Antioch. Longtime Astro and Cardinal. And now first year with the Cubs will bat for Brandon Geyer. Giants 8, Cubs 6, bottom of the 9th. And now Aaron Miles will bat. Say former Astro. He never made it to the big leagues with the Astros. Came up originally with the White Sox and went to the Rockies. Has spent the last 3 years, as most of you know, playing just about every day with the Cardinals. So runners at the corners for Miles, and Joaquin's pitch, and Aaron takes a strike on the outside corner, 0-1. Talked to Miles before the game today about growing up in the East Bay. Was born in Pittsburgh, meaning Pittsburgh, California. And he was a fan of both the A's and the Giants growing up, saying that he'd watch those games on Sports Channel. That's a little old school right there. Sports Channel, the 0-1, low inside to Miles, almost hit him around his right foot. And the count is at 1 ball and 1 strike. But Miles signed certainly as insurance, a guy that can play second, third, and short. Expected to back up Fontenot and, if need be, Terrio at short or Ramirez at third. 1 ball, 1 strike to count. On deck, the top of the order in Johnston. The pitch to Miles. That's low inside and almost nailed him. And the count is at 2-1. I would imagine this is going to be Joaquin's last batter one way or another. Cubs are down to their last out. Either Miles is going to make it out and in this game. Well, there's a lot of options. Miles can, I suppose, hit 1 out and in this game. He could make it out and in this game. He could tie the game. He could bring the Cubs to within a run. He could load the bases. A lot of options. A 2-1 here is high ball 3 to Aaron Miles. Count is now at 3-1. And Waldis Joaquin, who for the most part has had a pretty good spring for the Giants, making this portion of the 9th interesting. Joaquin, who spent last year toiling between low A Augusta and high A San Jose. 3 balls, 1 strike. There goes Gathright to pitch to Miles, way up high and outside. Ball 4, that loads him up. So Fox holds at third, Gathright to second, Miles to first, and Bruce Bochy to the mound. And Joaquin, we don't have a radar reading on him, but a guy that can hit it as high as 97, and mostly between 93 to 95. And I'm not sure what he was throwing today in terms of velocity, but that is all. So this 9th inning continues, and we will step out for a moment. We're in the bottom of the 9th. Giants 8, Cubs 6. You're listening to the Giants in the Cactus League on sfgiants.com.
That's the sound of something big about to happen. And that's the sound of it happening as we watch from the lower deck. That's me, Aaron Rowan, diving for a catch. And that's me trying to get the grass stains off my uniform. Hey, the 09 season's almost here, so get your tickets now for all the sights and sounds of Giants baseball. Like the sounds of Fred Lewis rounding first, Lewis rounding second, Lewis turning a double into a triple. Yeah, don't forget the garlic fries.
Tickets to all the games you want to see are available right now, so get them before they're gone. Call 877-4SFG-TIX or visit sfgiants.com to get your tickets today. That's 877-4SFG-TIX or sfgiants.com. We're your San Francisco Giants. Let's play.
The new Giants pitcher is right-hander Felix Romero. We're in the bottom of the ninth inning. And it's been quite a ninth inning. The Giants, who were down to their last out, took care of that on a grand slam by Nick Noonan. Now the Cubs, who are down by 3 entering the bottom of the ninth, have scored a run and have the bases loaded. Romero will bat second, and he will face the top of the Cubs order in just a moment. And want to remind all of you, a day at the ballpark is a shared experience, a community experience. Join the Giants community during today's webcast and get a $50 gift card from the Giants. All you got to do is become a Giants season ticket holder today. $672 covers the whole season. So for under $10 a game and 4 easy payments, you're in. Call 415-972-2298 to speak with a Giants representative and get that $50 gift card. Here is Dylan Johnson, a big curveball from Romero, swung on a missed strike, 1-0-1. So Jake Fox at third, Joey Gathright at second, Aaron Miles at first. Miles is the winning run. Romero has been in several games for the Giants from the minor league camp. Veteran right-hander who's never been to the big leagues, misses outside for a ball, 1-1. Romero most recently has spent time in the Orioles system. Felix Romero from San Pedro de Macorís in the Dominican Republic, longtime Blue Jay and Oriole farmhand, 6'2", 200 pounds, 28 years old. 1 ball, 1 strike pitch. High to Dylan Johnston, ball 2, 2-1. Romero, third game in big league spring. He's worked a total of 2 innings, has allowed 1 run, which was earned. Giants 8 and the Cubs 6. On deck, Andres Blanco. Dylan Johnston is 0 for 1. Spent much of last year in the Midwest League at Peoria. 2-1 on the way. Kerr, big swing and a miss, strike 2 to the Arizona Phoenix area product, I should say. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. So again, the Cubs down to their last strike. Seemed like a long time ago that Tim Lincecum and Ryan Dempster started this game. Romero is the 6th Giants pitcher. It's been Lincecum, Tashner, Matos, Howery, Wilson, Joaquin, and Romero. The 2-2, swinging a tapper foul. Third base side, 2-2. Let's see, I guess that'd be 7 Giants pitchers. All right. Never good in math. 2 balls and 2 strikes to count with 2 out. 8 runs, 11 hits, no errors for the Giants. 6 runs, 13 hits, no errors for the Cubs. Much of the paid 13,024 still here. It's been an entertaining game. Runners lead everywhere. 2-2. Swing and a miss and a changeup for strike 3. And this long afternoon of baseball in the Cactus League has finally reached its conclusion. And Felix Romero strikes out Dylan Johnston to end this one. The Cubs get a run of the 9th. 3 hits. There were no errors, and the Cubs leave them loaded. Final score this afternoon, Giants 8, Cubs 6. Back in a moment on sfgiants.com. Final score this afternoon, Giants 8 and the Cubs 6. The Giants with a win now 10-12. The Cubs drop also to that record at 10-12. Here are the final totals for the San Francisco Giants. 8 runs, 11 hits, no errors, 5 left. for the Chicago Cubs. 6 runs, 13 hits, no errors, and 13 left. The white pitcher today is Brian Wilson. He is 1-0. The loss to Jose Ascanio. He drops to 0-1. And Felix Romero, his first save. Time of the ball game, 3 hours, 15 minutes. Played in front of a paid crowd of 13,024. Not really sure where to begin. Why don't we begin from, just that from the start. Tim Lincecum today. Again, start pushed back after suffering from bronchitis earlier this week. Well, the very first pitch delivered of Tim Lincecum's afternoon was hit for a home run to left field onto the grassy berm by Alfonso Soriano. It was his third home run of the spring, and that made it 1-0 Cubs. The first home run issued by Lincecum, first run given up by Lincecum this spring. So that made it 1-0 Chicago, and the Cubs would tack on 2 more runs in that first inning. RBI triple by first baseman Micah Hoffpower, and an RBI single by Mike Fontenot, the second baseman. The Cubs eventually got up 5-0, and then the Giants, as they traditionally done of late in spring training, started to piece things together. Scored a couple of runs in the 6th inning after Edgar Renneria, the shortstop, led off with a double. He was lifted for pinch runner Brian Bocock, and he scored later on an RBI sac fly by third baseman Ryan Rollinger. And then later in the inning, John Bowker pinch hitting for the pitcher Jack Tashner, a single to center. So that made it 5-2 Giants. That single scored the left fielder Fred Lewis. Fast forwarding to the 9th, the Giants were down 5-2, but then got busy with, we're down 5-3, then got busy with 1 out. Eugenio Velez, a triple to right against Jose Ascanio. After Juan Uribe singled to left to drive home Velez, Jesus Guzman, the first baseman, popped out to second. So then there were 2 out. The Giants were at the top of the order for the 5th time. It was for Andres Torres, and he singled to center. Well, that moved Uribe to second, and Torres to first. Buster Posey, then pinch hitting in the 9th inning, was hit with a pitch from Ascanio. Well, that loaded the bases, and Nick Noonan, up for just the 3rd time in camp this spring, up from the minor league complex. And again, one of the top players in the Giants system, was picked between the 1st and 2nd round just 2 years ago out of high school in San Diego, out of Parker High. Well, he certainly got on the radar, as if he wasn't already, but even more so, ripping a ball out toward right center field for a grand slam with 2 out in the top of the 9th, and that gave the Giants an 8-6 lead. So more 9th inning home runs for the Giants this spring. It's really been amazing. Rollinger, 3 9th inning home runs this spring. Jesus Guzman, game-winning home run yesterday in the 9th inning, and today Nick Noonan, the grand slam. And today, so that made it 8-5 Giants. And then in the 9th inning, a bit of an adventure. Waldis Joaquin on to save it, allowed 1 run on to the Cubs. That made it 8-6. But he couldn't get out of the 9th inning. Cubs had the bases loaded, and then up from minor league camp, left fielder Dylan Johnson came up. Waldis Joaquin, his day was through after going just 2/3 of an inning, giving up 3 hits, 1 run, which was earned, a walk and a strikeout. And it took Felix Romero, the 7th Giant pitcher of the afternoon, to come in and strike out Dylan Johnston. The Cubs were at the top of the order for the 6th time. Johnston's second at bat, and he struck out swinging to end this one. Crazy afternoon. I want to go back to Jesus Guzman today, even though he popped out in the 9th. Guzman, 2 for 3, a single, another home run for him, which was his 4th of the spring. And for Jesus Guzman, he now is hit safely in 14 games this spring. If there's ever such a thing as a spring training inning streak, Jesus Guzman has done it for the Giants. Been in now 17 games, and he's hit safely in his last 14 with that single and solo homer today. Guzman now 4 home runs for the spring and 11 RBIs. Ryan Rollinger also 4 home runs. He had an RBI today. He's got 11 for the spring. Bowker, the pinch single, gave him his 10th RBI of the spring. So those are the 3 Giants this spring with double digits in RBIs: Bowker, Guzman, and Rollinger. And today the Giants win at 8-6. Lincecum Not a great outing for him. He did strike out 6 and 3 2/3. Allowed 7 hits, 4 runs, all earned while walking 3. Jack Cashner, an inning and a third, 1 hit, 1 run, which was earned, though he walked 3. Osiris Matos, another good inning for him. 9th appearance now, and in 9 innings this spring. Today he worked 1 perfect inning, so Osiris Matos making a bid to join the club out of spring training has only allowed 1 earned run, 1 run overall, which was earned in his now 9 innings. But today the Giants won at 8-6. Cubs pitcher Ryan Dempster, starter, 5 shutout innings, gave up 4 hits, 1 walk, and 4 strikeouts. Giants 8, Cubs 6, 3:15 it took to play, 13,024, all-time single-game record here at Hohokam Park. Our next game will be tomorrow on the web. We'll be with you approximately 12:55 p.m. Pacific time. The next 2 days, we'll see the White Sox in each of those games. Tomorrow at Scottsdale for the Giants, it will be right-hander Matt Cain at 0-2. The White Sox counter with left-hander John Dank. So then Friday we're over in Glendale to see the White Sox. Friday, Barry Zito at 0-1 for the Giants. Jose Contreras 1-0 for the White Sox. So that'll do it this afternoon. Again, the final score, the Giants with 5 runs in the 8th, capped by a 2-out grand slam by Nick Noonan. Giants 8, Cubs 6. I want to thank everybody at sfgiants.com for making this webcast possible. We'll talk to you tomorrow at 12:55 Pacific. Giants 8, Cubs 6 this afternoon from Hohokam and Mesa. Doug Greenwald wishing all of you a pleasant good afternoon.